coverage and has therefore been rated 18 plus by the YouTube NECCA. Viewer discretion is advised.
سبحان فالق الإصباح.
Ding dong. Hello?
Yes, that's right, infidels. You found us here, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, where you get the most real talk, the best reviews of all your favorite wrestling shows from AEW and WWE, Impact, and more, because we're going to break it all down with the best staff in professional wrestling at HMG. So you don't need to go anywhere else, because there's no 5 stars here. There's only $5 face slaps, infidel. Allahu Akbar! So sign up today, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, and join the Hameen Army for the most real talk in professional wrestling. YOLO!
The PWC Network. What the world is watching and listening to.
Hello everyone and welcome to the PWC Machismo Conflict 2-for-1 special. I am your host Jimmy T, and my co-host, well, apparently he's got 2 words for you, and well actually 2 words for Tony Khan, not for everybody else. Chris Winland, welcome back to the PWC, man. And what's happening, man?
How's
What's
it
those
going,
2
Jimmy?
words?
Stuck at it, Tony! Stuck at it! I wanted to say happy birthday, mate.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my birthday. God damn it, bro.
Well, I
just turned
didn't.
41.
Goddamn. How's that going?
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. I hate birthdays now, man. Now that I'm getting older, it sucks, bro.
For sure. Hell yeah.
I mean, shit. I can't believe I'm in my 40s, dude. 41. I'm just happy I'm still here, bro. Yeah,
41, damn. You're catching up to me, man. You're creeping up at 45. Got you a little bit. Just by a little bit. Just by a minute. So, are you a James or are you a Jimmy?
No. I'm not a James, bro. I'm a Jimmy,
You know
bro.
James? You guys
Technically, I've got like a Greeked out name as well. Like
Oh,
as in
okay.
Demetrius,
Sweet.
bro.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, Jimmy, technically.
Jimmy, that's how you do it in Australia, huh? You don't play games with them James, huh?
Nah, bro, no James here, dude.
No James.
Even though it's the same shit, but James are imposters, dude.
For sure.
They wanna
That's them
be Jimmys.
damn Christophers, man. We're all them bastards. Just kidding. Shit.
Well, speaking of Tony Khan, though, dude, I mean, have you seen his meltdown all over Twitter, dude?
It's like he's pulling a Donald Trump on the shitter at 3 a.m. Oh my god, I can't believe WWE, Daddy!
Dude, the guy used his old lady, bro. He used his mum as an excuse for hating WWE, bro.
Yeah, this guy is just a sorry, sad sack of, I don't know, man. He might have to have been shoved into so many lockers as a kid that he just told, you know, the only people who listen to me are my fans.
I mean, fucking hell, TK, but I just want to give a shout out to the lab rat.
Yo,
number
lab
one,
rat.
Crab Cat.
Crab Cat's in the house.
The number one crab cat, bro. And he also says, help, they are testing Tony's tweets on me.
Oh, good God. Me, bro. Oh, man, I feel for you, buddy. I feel for you. I feel for you.
Damn, dude. Tell him not to test TK's tweets on you anymore, lab rat.
Oh, good God.
Shit. That shit is poison, bro.
Oh, toxic. That whole place is toxic. And they're going to be jumping ship, like, you know, they're looking at Jade Cargo and be like, all she had to do was walk out there. Why is that not me? You know?
Oh, man.
Wardlow's looking at his watch, being like, TikTok, motherfuckers, watch me keep walking out on you.
I mean, how much of a star does Jade look right now in WWE, dude? And she hasn't even done anything.
Fantastic. And you could tell Charlotte was just kind of like, She's gonna, shit, man, dude. I can't wait for it. Just them teasing it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it, put it that way, man. I'm actually looking forward to whatever she does. I mean, I think she'll still be on the main roster personally, man. I can't see her debuting on NXT first.
Well, it's too late now, especially when they're floating her around like that and teasing, you know, they're kind of teasing her, you know, putting her out there. I mean, look what I can do, I haven't done nothing yet. She hasn't even stepped foot in the ring. We haven't even heard. I hope they do her good on theme music, though. That's an issue.
Oh, true, man. I'm wondering that too, but I just hope they do her good anyway. That sounds bad, though.
But, they're all doing her great. She's getting a look from everywhere. SmackDown, Raw, NXT. But that's one of the unveilings that they've done right. So far, so good. Warner on all the brands. Make us wonder and think, you know.
But I'm curious how they're going to use her, man. Are they going to book her like as a machine where she hardly loses? I mean, it's kind of, how do I put this? They got to be careful by the way they book her, man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if they come on and have her lose right away, what does that do? Unless they do it in a way to create empathy for her, but I don't see that.
Nah.
Transition. I don't see that translating. Look at her. She's a goddess.
That's an understatement, dude. Do you think she'll be a babyface or a heel, though?
It depends if they let her go. She didn't say it yet, but she said she's that bitch. It's kind of the heelish thing to do, and it's like, yeah. That's a really tough one. I mean, you got the showdown with Charlotte, and we all know where that leads. That kind of gives you the tease for what's going to happen down the road, just like when Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair first stood off against each other. It's like, oh yeah, you know.
For sure.
Nice little seeds. I mean, it's like, now that the seeds planted, you're right. They gotta pull the trigger and run with her. I'm wondering if they don't bring her out for a crown jewel.
Well, you know how it is in Saudi Arabia, bro.
No,
they have to like fucking rug up, dude. They have to like wear fucking shit from neck to fucking arms to legs.
Well, she can
cover up everything.
But if anybody can pull it off, it's her. They're still gonna look at her and be like, "This girl is great." They're gonna be like, "Oh,
they'll be like, I like this dead Cargill. She good, yeah, bring it down.
Oh yeah."
You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, man.
Oh man. Fucking A, Jimmy.
Fucking A indeed, dude. But we're here to talk Raw first up, man. And
good God.
I know. It was like almost a week ago. But before we do that, Labrat wants to say, looks like they are trying to build tough females so Jade has believable opponents with Shayna, Nia, Rhea, and Bianca when she comes back, etc. Labrat, first of all, man, how stacked is WWE's women's roster right now, dude? I mean, Chris, seriously.
And that's not even including what you got coming in the wings from NXT. It was like a couple weeks ago, it was nothing but women. I counted almost like 30 to 40 if you count all the girls on the back doing the watch party and everything. It's like, oh my God. How did they not have women used for the security agents to break them up when they're getting in cat fights? They always have the dudes run out there, but they don't have enough chicks. Like, come on, you got like a locker room that's probably stacked bigger than the men's. You know, in more ways than one. You know?
I mean, I think it's a bit of a special period actually for the women's division in WWE as a whole, man.
Right.
I don't think it's ever been this strong. And speaking of the women, did you hear about Ronda Rousey pretty much announcing her retirement? Do you buy that?
Unless maybe she's going back to the acting road. You know, maybe that's where the money lies with her at this rate. I could see it in a sense, just the way that she went out, and she's so fickle that, like, If she comes back, then, you know, it's like she's going to get booed again, and then what? Just to put somebody else over? She tried with Shayna. It didn't really go where we thought it might have, or maybe where she thought it might have, but I'm not really surprised there either, especially with Nia Jax coming back in. And I might be one of the only people on the planet that actually likes Nia Jax.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens there. I mean, apparently she announced it on Twitter. I haven't seen it, but I've seen people take screenshots of it.
Well, they all retire. I mean, we look at Tom Brady. How many times, you know, have we heard this one song and dance? It's like, Vince McMahon, I retire, but I'm back. But I'm not. But I am. But I am. But I'm not. You know, I can't make up my mind.
Wow. I think he wants to stay. Let's be honest, though, man.
Well, how would you not? It's his baby, you know. It's like putting a car faster.
For sure, man. And before we do get into Raw, what about CM Punk, dude? Do you see him actually re-debuting in WWE? I mean, the Dirt Sheets and Uncle Dave Meltzer is apparently saying that WWE's not interested, but I actually don't buy that shit, bro.
I don't necessarily think that WWE is going to play their card one way or the other. If they were, they wouldn't let us know. And if they aren't, then they're not going to let us know because they don't have to say it otherwise. You know what I mean? They can drop the little hints here and there and sprinkle the Easter eggs and whatnot. But, like, I'd say right now, with it, it's a tough one because they're in Chicago. That doesn't necessarily, it's like now he's become synonymous with Chicago. It's like Chicago, automatically people think CM Punk. And I don't know if they're necessarily going to play it. They're gonna, you know, if he comes back, they're going to want him to play it their way. And he's going to have to bow down to the king. Pun intended, you know what I mean? To be able to do this and let him, you know, if they're going to let him have a microphone and have such freedom, they're going to have to curtail him somewhere. They're going to have some type of control. They're not just going to let him go out there and do his thing. I don't think he's physically apt to back it up in the ring at this point, especially proving his past AEW career where he was on the show for more than half of it. They're going to look at that and be like, we can't invest into this.
Well, you're right, but at the same time, he can kind of still go. I mean, look, this is his last run regardless. If he does come back, it's his final run. I don't see him like... I mean, how much would he have left in the tank, dude? Like, no more than, say, three years, say?
Well, see, he would have to go out their way, not his per se, unless that's part of their deal. But if that was part of his deal, they're going to be like, well, take your ball and shove it, Punk, because we got nothing for you, just like they had nothing for Edge. It's like you're getting to that age where it's like, we need to build these new guys. We got this huge brand here called NXT, which just kicked, you know, if he came up through NXT, that would be cool in a weird sort of way. But that's not the way to debut him back into the show. You know what I mean?
No.
They'd have to, and it's just like just to get the money out of the pop, and then what? Like you said, what do you do with him? How do you book him? How would you book the end of his career? How would he go out? How do you think he would want to go out? How would they want him to go out?
Well,
he is worthy of a. You know, if he came back, I think he would be worthy of the Hall of Fame. But until then, I don't even see him.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
I don't even see him doing that for him. You know.
Well, apparently, look, I'm sure he knows what he's getting himself into, though, Chris. Let's be honest. It's the devil he knows than the devil he didn't in AEW. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, if he didn't know, it wouldn't necessarily have gone this way, I don't think.
Oh, believe me, man. If he knew what he was getting himself into with AEW, I don't think he would have gone. No chance.
It wouldn't be far-fetched for me to hear all the conspiracies now. He was a plant for Vince McMahon all along, trying to bring him down and sabotage AEW, you know, make him crash and burn like it was all a ploy this whole time. That'd be ridiculous. But I could see, you know, if Vince was in charge, I could see him be like, oh, yes, that's a great idea. It was me all along. It was me, Stone Cold. It was me, CM Punk. You know,
oh man, I wouldn't put it past him, dude. I wouldn't
put
it past him. No doubt.
But if you don't tell a good story with it, what's the point? What would the point be to bring him back? What's the story? What's
the story is they took another big name from AEW, and he wasn't officially an EVP, but in many ways he was an EVP. He had his own rules, his own show. and his own thing when it comes to like booking Collision.
Yeah, but the WWE version of his pipe bomb was all about WWE from the inside, looking on the
Right, and you can still build on that. I mean, you can easily.
I guess, yeah, right. I mean, you could kind of allude to I don't know. See, you'd have to have a good storyline. It'd have to fit the narrative, I think. And right now, it'd be out of nowhere.
First of all, the narrative is him and Seth Rollins right now, man. Seth Rollins calling him a cancer, and he kind of gave like if you check out his Instagram,
yeah,
he kind of gave a reply to what happened between Seth Rollins and Michael Cole the week before on Raw.
Right, yeah. So it's like those seeds are planted, but then I don't necessarily think Seth's got the pull to make something out of it, like in the company wise, unless there's something, somebody pulling the strings from behind Seth even on that. Be like, yeah, let's tickle these ivories and see what we can come up with. Yeah.
There's been too many Punk references on WWE television. 1, 2, it just, come on, man. I mean, from Raw to SmackDown, even NXT. There's been references to Punk, dude.
A lot of it's going to have to play out as we go into Survivor Series, I think, and even going in and like at Survivor Series and coming out of it. And even the day after, are they in Chicago for that too? Or that Monday or whatever?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, I guess if it's a Saturday, they probably jump ship and get to another state by then. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right because they have 2 days to get away from Chicago. So.
Yeah,
it makes sense. They'll probably go to Milwaukee or some shit next.
Right? Yeah. Oh, I know they're going to be in
somewhere along that, close.
SmackDown's going to be here soon. Yeah, a buddy of mine is going to that. Yeah.
Are you going to go?
No, I took the kids back in like 2015, something like that. Back when Bray Wyatt was with all of them, with Braun Strowman and all them, and then the League of Nations were going on too. It was.
I remember the League of Nations. Oh,
yes. Yeah, it was cool to see him live, though. I could say I saw Rusev, at least. Hey, at least I saw him.
Have you only been once to the wrestling live?
To the SmackDown only once, yeah. I've been to, I was at the King of the Ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin 316.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
And I was at a Clash of Champions in 1997, and my first event, my dad and my uncle took me to see, it was Andre the Giant Big John Studd up in Green Bay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I had a foam hacksaw Jim Duggan stick, 2x4 thing.
Yeah, I remember.
I was front row and I smacked Andre in the back with it.
I remember
he turned around and went with his fucking shark mandible, like, and I literally pissed in my pants. I was like 10 years old. I literally like, oh my god!
Andre fucking growled at you.
Yep. He was totally kayfabing it. He was like, it was so fucking big and sweaty and hairy, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" And I could still smell his breath today, man.
Yeah,
I'll never forget it. It smelled like sauerkraut and like beef.
It smelled like Phillies.
Yeah, like beer and shit. And his teeth were all yellow. And like he's got that huge mandible. I was like,
did it smell like French onions, bro?
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. That was horrible.
R.I.P. to Big John Studd and fucking Andre the Giant. I mean, 2 legends, man.
Oh,
but
man.
The fact that you said his breath stunk like fucking
pretty much
sauerkraut.
What got me into wrestling was for life was that show, man. That's for sure. Are you going to make it to the Perth one? Speaking of live events?
I plan to, bro.
You better get on them tickets, buddy.
They're not on sale yet, man.
No?
They're not on sale. No,
oh, wow.
As
soon as they announce stuff around here.
Dude.
Usually when they announce in the States, they go on sale right away, yeah.
Well, Royal Rumble, the tickets don't go on sale till next Friday.
Oh, okay.
They've been promoting. So if that hasn't gone on sale yet, then
right.
Chamber won't be on sale yet, man.
No, probably not. No, they'll probably give you a little time yet.
But after playing it for sure.
Yeah, Christmas is coming.
Fuck. But I got to plan. I got to get a plane, man, to fucking Perth. It's gonna take like 4 to 5 hours to get there, or about 5 hours, man, by plane, bro. 5 hours.
Are you gonna stay the night there and stuff, then?
I don't know, man. I kind of want to go in and out, like literally, just.
Yeah, I hear you.
Get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean?
Right, and then crash and burn when you hit the sack at home, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. Perth is out there, man. For me, like that's fucking far, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. It depends, dude. Maybe. I mean, if we're not doing anything, look, I'll probably be a little snappy, like if I don't get my sleep.
Right.
So I might want to have some fucking sleep. So yeah, maybe for a night, but where the stadium is, from what I see, it's like there's nothing around, bro.
Right? I bet all the places are booked up real fast too, to
That's another
stay.
thing I'm worried about, dude. That's
Yeah,
why I don't
because you
know if
got all
there's
the
any point of staying.
yeah, right.
You know what
Because
I
you're
mean?
not
Because
just talking to wrestlers, you got all the crew and then the auditorium people or whatever it
not
is.
just that, people traveling from all over the world
You
too,
know,
man. Like,
yeah.
for example, when I went to Super Showdown, which was the last PLE they did here, right back in 2018,
Okay.
which was in my city, right, in Melbourne, right, which is odd because Melbourne is the only city in Australia that always gets PLEs and TVs, bro.
Yeah.
But for some fucking reason, Perth, I mean, they won out. Their local government literally bid to get the event and beat out the other states. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Right.
yeah, when I went there to Super Showdown, like people from all over the world were there, but in particular from especially Asia, like all over Asia, people coming down. So I can see a lot of people, and that's how WWE is sort of promoting the event. It's the PLE of the Asia Pacific. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like we're in the
Ooh.
Pacific, Asia's not far, so you know what I'm saying.
I wonder if you guys will luck out and get like Alpha or Sika to show up.
I mean,
Or
why
any
would they
of
show
the
up?
or any of the tribal men from the just the I don't know.
I've got a feeling Elimination Chamber. Look, there's talk that The Rock could be wrestling at Elimination Chamber amongst our local paper, dude. And usually when the
Ah,
local newspapers are talking about it, there could be some truth. Those rumors haven't been spoken about in the States, though.
okay. I could see, man.
Yeah.
I don't
So I
know.
don't know what
These can
I don't
get
know what that means. Like, you
right,
know what I
right.
mean? But I
Huh.
mean, The Rock used to live here years and years ago, so he even
Right.
had bought a house here too. So I don't know, man. It'd be interesting. I'm not getting my hopes up. I mean, I went to a PLE and saw The Rock live back in 2002, bro. Global Warning. It
Hell
was a pay
yeah.
per view back then.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the main event was Brock Lesnar versus The Rock
Oh,
versus Triple
okay.
H for the
Okay.
undisputed world championship, man. That's a big match, bro.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
You're probably gonna luck out too with that elimination chamber. I tell you, it'd be hard to see. I
Well,
think
that
with the cage, but with the screen
yeah,
and
it's in
everything,
a
it's
stadium too, bro. I don't think they've ever done an elimination chamber in a stadium, bro. Like in
no,
an
I don't
outdoor
think they
stadium.
have. Oh,
So
that's
it'll
gonna
be
be
a
interesting.
spectacle. I actually think it's gonna look really good, bro. Like it's gonna be like WrestleMania-esque. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Considering they're in a big ass stadium, dude. Think about it: Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, all in stadiums, dude.
that's crazy. That's big. That's
That's
big,
big,
man.
dude.
That's nice,
Think about that for a minute. Three pay-per-views PLEs in a row in stadiums.
dude. That's huge. It
Yeah,
is.
so
It's nice. It's good. It's
and
good for them, man. And
I mean they keep breaking records, man. I have no doubt. I mean, it will be a sellout over in Perth. I guarantee it,
yeah,
100%.
you
I'm
know.
just contemplating if I go to the Undertaker fucking thing. I'd love to go to that, dude.
Oh, I hear they're really good too. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
man.
expensive. It's expensive.
I've heard that too. But what's expensive? Do you think? How much is the tickets? You reckon for that?
I'm thinking at least 175 at least, and that's on the low, like for the lower end. I think it's about that just to get a signature even.
Shit.
Yeah,
You
I'm not
serious?
kidding. Yeah.
Motherfucker's making money even just sitting on his butt, bro.
Oh, I know. All he's got to do is go like this on his ass,
Oh, his bum.
raise his fist. That's pretty much what Kevin Nash does it too. When we went to meet him, my wife was like, "Could you stand up?" He's like, "Fuck no."
I love Kevin Nash, bro. He's my boy,
Fuck yeah,
bro. I
he's
love
awesome.
Nash.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, Chris, let's get into Raw. Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
I know. I
It's a long
know.
one as it is, but
It's a chore.
we it's a chore. But you know what, man? I actually didn't mind Raw, but we'll get back to that in a moment. But we start off the show with Seth Rollins making his entrance. He gets on the mic. He tells Omaha, because we're in Omaha, Nebraska for Raw, he's feeling some kind of way tonight and says adrenaline is a powerful, powerful thing. And Shinsuke Nakamura took him to his limit on Saturday. There were times in that match he didn't think he'd be able to get back up, but he did. And there were times in that match that he didn't know if he'd be able to keep Shinsuke down. But you know what, Chris? But he did. When that match was over, the whole arena sung his song, and he felt like he was on top of the world. Then he went to the back, and the adrenaline wore off. and he was very quickly reminded that his back is still very broken. He'll level with us. Being our world heavyweight champion is one of the greatest honors of his career, and he wanted us to all know that. What do you think of this little promo?
It's just
So far,
fantastic. I feel so bad for his back. His damn back.
I don't know how
he's
true.
like,
I don't know.
back.
That's kayfabe, dude.
You should be walking around with a cane and be all like, get off my porch, you fucking kid.
He does continue though, actually, Chris. He also says he just getting started, baby. Or actually, he's getting started, baby. Yeah. He's a fighting champion and he'll take anyone on anywhere, but he wants to know if he can just go one Monday night without having to fight for his life. We can still sing a little, celebrate, dance, maybe even throw back a few cold ones. Well, enter Drew McIntyre, who suddenly makes his way to the ring, and he's most certainly one that is, enter Drew McIntyre. Says he's not out here to party, and Drew gestures, nope. Rollins asks if he wants the title match, and McIntyre gestures, yep. Seth says he just wanted one night, but he doesn't give a damn if it's not at 100%, and he's a fighting champion. Give him a minute, and he'll get changed, and we can. And as he was about to say whatever, Drew tells him to relax, and the party's still on. He knows somebody's going to jump him sooner or later, but McIntyre is here to look him in the eye, man to man, and tell him he wants a title match. And he wants him as close to 100% as he can get. So he was thinking maybe a title match next month at Crown Jewel. Rollins then double checks his narrative and says he's a little unsure how to respond since his challenges usually don't go about things this way, and asks if he can have a little help. Drew's happy to let him get his help, and Seth asks the crowd if they like that idea. And of course, the crowd loves it. And of course, Rollins gives him his match and says the party's just getting started. And hey, McIntyre used to be in a band. Maybe he can sing a little. See what he did there. Drew says he has some business backstage, but tells the crowd that if they see him out on the town tonight, they can buy him a pint and a shot, apparently, or a pint and a shot. Seth leads the sing-along as everyone's going, oh. And Damian Priest then attacks him from behind out of nowhere, putting boots to him. Drew turns to look from the ramp and keeps moving, even as Priest hits his South of Heaven and calls Dominic Mysterio down with the referee and the damn briefcase. But as Dom is about to run past, Drew stops him, takes the case and clobs him with a headbutt, or should I say a Glasgow kiss, throwing the briefcase into the LED boards, which was a good throw, by the way. And then he just leaves as Rollins turns the tide and sends Damian packing. And that's that. I mean, did you find this interesting? What do you think of McIntyre being the number one contender?
Yeah, Drew McIntyre is so one-dimensional for me right now. I just don't. He's like got
You're
five
crazy.
moves. He's got the 5 moves of doom. He's got like 4 or 5 catchphrases. He's playing with his sword all the time.
Wow.
I'm so over the character. Bro. I'm so over the character. Something out of this leads to him, turning heel like fully and just dropping the sword, dropping the whole like Dungeons and Dragons kind of type of guy. I don't know, man. I'm kind of over him. He's so bland to me. And for Rollins, it's like, well, this is a given that Rollins goes over on this, or Drew's just there to make me.
I can see Drew being the one, though.
Or make it somehow so that Rollins does get cashed in on, because I keep forgetting that Damian's got the briefcase until you just brought it up. I forgot all about the little jump in. And Dominic, man, he's just stealing the show, and he's taking a lot of bumps, a lot of heat. He's just killing it, man. He can do no wrong. He can do no wrong by me right now. But as far as Drew goes, I just think it's another stepping stone. I think it's the gateway for Gunther to get to Rollins in a way. If Rollins can overcome Drew, then the next step would be Gunther, I think. Maybe.
If Gunther's not going to win, I wouldn't do that yet.
Right. Well, I don't know who else after, because I don't even care about a feud between Rollins and Drew McIntyre, especially with Drew still playing the face. And I'm not buying it.
He's not really a face, dude. He's turning though.
He should just fully turn then and just stop playing games, because I'm not.
How you do it, bro? You don't need to just turn him straight away. Let it burn slowly, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, you can see the tendencies are there. He's turning heel. There's no if or but about it. But Labrat says, I'm over both Seth and Drew. God damn it, pal. Come on, man.
I'm over Seth whining about his back and them even making it a thing. It's like, well, he's your defending, studios champion here that you're trying to push out, push out there as being this like top-notch guy, putting the title online, this and that all the time. And well, now we know that he's not going to
champ, bro.
Well, he's going to be the champ at least until the crown jewel. We know this much, so we got to deal with that for the next however many weeks. So what are they doing? I don't see the story playing out for Drew to turn heel because of Seth. Like, what's Seth
No,
gonna do?
no, not because of Seth. Because of the bloodline. It started with Jay Uso not trusting him.
Yeah, I guess.
That's where it stems from, dude. Because he's been talking the truth.
But now Jay's in a tag team, so where's that connect to Drew? I'm not following the Kevin Bacon trail. There's no 6 degrees.
It's not the point. That's not the point. When he said what he said about Jay, for example, no one believed. Everyone thought Drew's being uptight and shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's acting funny. He's being different. Like for example, the New Day.
I'd like
now
him.
Suddenly, they don't like him anymore. After what he was doing, insane.
See, I'd like him to come out, drop the tights, or like change the tights up a little bit, chop the hair off, come out kind of all debonair like he was when he first came out with McMahon. Have the suit all on and start talking all proper and prim, and be like, "Stuff, this isn't gonna work."
Scottish though, bro. He'd be like, "Hello, my name is Drew."
Yeah,
my name is Drew.
I just don't
roll yours.
Yeah. But even as a heel, if he's coming out waving the sword around, doing the same thing, it's the same bit, but now he's a bad guy. He's got the same 5 moves still. It's like,
Dude, doesn't matter about the same 5 moves. Kevin Nash had 5 moves. John Cena's got 5 moves. Hulk Hogan's got 5 moves. The Rock has got 5. Come on, bro.
Well, at least Nash kept that entertaining.
If you know how to tell a story, in the ring, bro, you don't need any more than 5.
You better start telling
what flips.
Drew better start telling a good one for me to invest or even to care that the title is even involved in it is just that's a secondary note for me, I guess. It's just a reason for Seth to defend it. I don't see why per se, especially when now Nakamura is not going to get get another chance. It's like, well, that sucks for him.
No, but at least they've built him up to be a serious threat. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he's main eventing, dude, and that's all that matters for now, dude.
I do like his character and all that. They're letting him kind of show it too with Nakamura a little more, and they're giving him a character, and it works for what he's doing in the program he's got now too. I guess over, but with Drew, I don't know. Time will tell.
I think Drew might be one of the ones that dethrones Seth, man.
Ooh.
Not a crown jewel though.
That's
what I think, anyway.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be a great heel too, man. Drew McIntyre. He'll be a monster heel. And I think they need someone to be a monster heel right now.
And then they just keep the briefcase with Damian until he turns face. Drew.
No, I can see him leaving Judgment Day, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's kind of what I mean. But I think the case will have some play into that, or maybe they cost. If he doesn't win after holding it for so long, it's going to make it kind of like, oh, that was it.
When was the last time a Money in the Bank winner has actually won the damn title?
Yeah, Miz, I think, wasn't it?
And so I'm saying the last 2 or 3 Money in the Banks, no one's won the championship.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've all choked.
He's got to win, right?
No, he doesn't, bro. I mean, going by recent history, dude, why does he have to win?
I don't know. We are going into Mania 40, too. That's a big deal, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, he might lose, dude. He could lose. I'm telling you, man. He doesn't have to win.
We'll have to see how that one plays out, I think.
I'm not saying he's going to lose, though, but I'm just saying, if he did lose.
For the track record, I hear you. For sure.
That's what I'm saying. Labrat says, face and heel turns aren't what they used to be. The characters stay the same. Yeah, but that's always been like that, really. I mean, the characters stay the same generally, except they're just sort of, pushed up. They push up the volume even further up.
Unless you're pretty deadly. Yes, boy! Those guys those guys are nothing but character, and they work. I love them.
Jesus Christ. Fucking Pretty Deadly. That's something else, man. If you want to hear what we have to say about Pretty Deadly, go check out the Smack Attack that me and John
It was a good show.
did earlier. Thank you, man. I mean,
Most
it's the two
definitely.
of us, just the two of us.
But
Well, anyway,
yeah, let's move on from Drew, please.
let's
Please,
move on
Kevin.
because we go to our first matchup of the evening, and surprisingly, I couldn't believe how good this match was for what it was. It was Ivar versus Kofi Kingston in a Viking rules match. What the hell, dude? By rights, this match shouldn't have been decent, but you know what, man? It was actually quite fun.
I like the last Viking rules match that they had too, where they had the little boat thing and they were slamming each other on it. That was fun too. I like the Viking. I like these crazy little schmoz matches that they don't really have. You don't think they have anything into it, but like this one proved that they did. And
Right.
I'm surprised that they're even pushing Ivar as a singles competitor because
Yeah,
like
where's
he's
his
injured.
partner, man? Oh, is he?
He's
Okay,
injured.
alright.
Yeah. And I don't know why they let him wrestle because usually when a tag team, like as they did with Pretty Deadly, they had a couple little vignettes or whatever run-ins. But like when the one was injured, they didn't have the other guy on TV or anything really without him, especially. So that was different. I like that. That was definitely
I'm
different.
I'm hearing rumblings that they actually might think about pushing Ivar in the singles run.
Yeah, they didn't have that one chick out there with him either, Valhalla.
Valhalla? Well,
Yeah,
he's not married to Valhalla, unlike
but she
Rowan.
assisted him to the ring the week before. It was just her and Ivar when he was against.
Maybe
Yeah, it was.
your husband was like, you're staying with me.
Yeah, it's Viking rules. You're not getting involved in that. You're not a Viking.
Valhalla rules in
Yeah.
my Viking house, you know. Yeah, and then what
No,
we
that
need
was.
is Bad News Barrett to go, I'm afraid I got some bad news. But anyway, Ivar does end up winning the match via pinfall with a diving moonsault in a crazy matchup, man. I mean, what the hell,
Ivar
dude?
can kill. He can kill it in the ring. I liked him back when Ring of Honor when he was Hanson.
War Machine, bro.
Yeah, well, even when he had a little bit of a singles run before they came together as War Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and even
true.
then he was, he didn't really change his size or style. He was always the same guy, but he makes it
Always
work
the
for his
same.
size, man. He makes Otis look like pork chops.
Well, yeah, because this guy is fucking agile, dude. Look how big he is, and he can
Right?
do fucking moonsaults.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about that shit for a second. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
They should put him up with Bronson Reed and maybe even throw Otis in there as a trio or something. They could be the meatballs or something. I don't know.
Oh man.
But man, for all those guys, I think he moves. He's the most agile of all of them. They're all kind of shaped the same. I don't know how to. It's not necessarily
Dude, he
fast
can
or
do
like
cannonballs, moonsaults. He
Yeah.
reminds me of a hybrid of like kind of Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow in a way,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah, he does.
You know what
Yes,
I mean?
he does. I kind of
Which
hope
is
they
pretty
drop.
nuts.
I kind of hope they let him like drop some of that Vikingness, unless they're just gonna run with him being the solo Viking guy, and like maybe he can
He
come
can't
out and
change
be.
his whole gimmick. Imagine he becomes like a biker or some shit.
Yeah, I could see that. I could really see
he's
that.
got the biker look when you think about it, right?
Yeah, where he braids the beard or something.
Yeah.
Comes
Now
out with
take away
shades.
his Valhalla shit and put
Yeah.
shades on him and
Yeah.
put a leather jacket over him, bro. And now
Yeah.
he can be
It writes
like
itself.
he could be Ivar. Just Ivar.
Ivar.
Ivar. The bikey.
The Viking. The Viking Rider.
The Viking Raider. Oh no, the Viking Raider. I like
Rider.
it. Oh,
I am
the Viking Rider. Oh, look who's here. Everyone's favorite Irish dude in Breno79 saying Ireland lost to the All Blacks. What'd you expect to happen, Breno? It's the All Blacks, dude. Come on, bro. I don't know. You probably don't know what he's talking about, right, Chris? But he's talking about the rugby, dude.
I assume.
The All Blacks are the New Zealand rugby team.
Oh, rugby. Okay.
Rugby union
All
rugby
right.
team, yeah.
And
they're the best in the world, dude. They dominate rugby, right? I mean, think about it. All big islanders, you know what I mean?
No, they're sheep fuckers.
The sheep fuckers, bro. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my sheep fuckers out there.
They're
Look,
rowdy.
man, I got a lot of friends in New Zealand, dude. So, I mean, my homie, bro, my best friend growing up, all through high school, he's living in New Zealand too, man. So, I got nothing but love for NZ, man.
Right
Shout
on.
outs to my sheep fuckers, like I said. But like I said, Breno, what do you expect, dude? It's Ireland versus the All Blacks. Come on, man. What was the final score? Please let me know in the chat. Not that I give a shit about rugby anyway, but still, I'm curious. Anyway, after that matchup, though, we see Byron Saxton interviewing Shinsuke Nakamura backstage, but he's not very talkative, apparently, Chris, because Ricochet comes out of nowhere and attacks him, beating him down until security breaks it up, and that's that. Am I supposed to be scared of Ricochet now? He's some sort of tough guy.
I guess so. Maybe he'll come back as Prince Puma and be like, ah! It should be a good feud, though, if you think about it. Like, they match up really, really well. I think they've had a couple run-ins that weren't so bad, you know. But yeah, and with Shin, yeah, I would go with Shin to come out in the head on this one if they go at it a few times, you know. But I could see them having a good like 3 or 4 match feud. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. They gotta stretch it out, you know.
I know, but I couldn't give a shit about this fucking feud now. Like, why? You're putting Shinsuke backwards a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of where I wasn't so pleased with the Drew and Seth. Like they're pushing Shin on the side already. Like, oh, you were a good competitor. Great, thanks. You know, thanks for trying. Oh, here's a consolation prize. Pew pew. Ricochet.
Pew pew, ricocheting all over the place. But yeah, I guess you're right, man. But anyway, next we see Damian Priest, who's having a hissy fit at Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley as to why they went there for him earlier. Finn tells JD McDonough off, and they explain they were meeting with Adam Pearce to get a rematch for the tag titles. Ripley then tells JD to prove himself and take care of Drew McIntyre for them. Damian then tells McDonough he wants him to take care of Drew, but part of him wants to see McIntyre break him in half. He wishes JD good luck, and Finn tells him to beat it. Why is McDonough still in this fucking story, man?
He's like that. He's like that little scrappy dog in Tom and Jerry with the bulldog rocking around. Come on, Spike! Come on, Spike! Come on, Spike! Come on! What are we gonna do, Spike? Come on, let's go! You know, he's just there to take bullets from. It's so dumb. JD McDonald head. He reminds me of Homer Simpson in the Treehouse of Horror, where he eats his head. He's like eats himself to death because he's got that big donut head. I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't fit at all with the faction. Even if they took any one of them out, I don't see him being the replacement in any way, shape, or form. It's like, why don't they have a better, I don't know, a better option just because he's Finn Balor's friend? It doesn't translate into the group. And, like, I'm kind of over the whole dissension every single episode. Like, there's all this dissension, yet they're pretty dominant throughout. So it's like, and they're jumping people on every show, and they're kind of pushing themselves around. Like, okay, so you're together back, you know, when you're jumping this guy, but then all of a sudden you get mad about something, like, oh, get your hand out of my underpants.
Get your hands out of my underpants. God damn it.
It's that TV guy, man. He just can't help himself.
Ireland, the number 1 ranked team? I didn't even know that, dude. Jesus. And they lost 28-24. That was a close game. Thanks for the information, Breno. Yeah, fuck JD McDonough. I'm sick of him. But next, though, dude, and I'm trying to breeze through this because we've got a lot to fucking breeze through.
Yeah,
the next matchup is interesting, though, because it's Nia Jax versus Raquel Rodriguez. And, dude, I was kind of entertained by this match because Nia Jax is just, I mean, she beat the shit out of Raquel in many ways, man. Like, she looks stiff, bro. But Nia Jax wins by disqualification because of Rhea Ripley, by the way. But seriously, though, this match was pretty hard hitting, and Nia doesn't give a fuck, dude.
No, that's what I like about her. I don't think she does give a fuck, and I'm not really so sure that these injuries weren't kayfabe. I think Rhea just took a week or two off for some reason. And I'm not really.
She wasn't injured, Chris. No, she did. Dude,
she sat on her
back
chest.
home. She was
what
here.
is that? What kind of injury did you recover from in like a week?
She wasn't injured. She wasn't injured. She wasn't injured, bro. She was back home for the last 3 weeks. She was back here, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man.
Too.
there's no way
She's
that
with Buddy Murphy, bro. They're both
right.
back home down here, bro. So
Yeah, I was like, there's no way
I
she's
seen him
really
here.
into it. So
No,
it's
she
like
gets
I don't.
homesick, dude. She gets homesick really easily. I've noticed WWE give her a lot of time off, man. She comes back back
She's
down
earned
here
it.
quite frequently.
She's holding her own for like her group, and like just sometimes the show itself, she'll hold the show. As we saw with her appearance on NXT, is like her interaction made the show. And like I said, I think that's going to lead into Survivor Series. But with Nia Jax, I don't think they would, if she was that like dangerous. I guess I don't think they would give her that much trust. And I don't think a lot of these girls would be like, "Oh yeah, I want to wrestle her tonight. Let's go." Put me in
Well,
there. I'll try. I'll
well,
try. But
Nia's not like most girls, Chris.
no, she's not at all. And that's
No.
what's cool. And that's what I like about her. She's, she is different. She's like the Awesome Kong-ish. In a sense, I liked
Yeah.
Awesome Kong, and she didn't give a fuck either. And she was laying girls down. Like, that's the whole trick to that's the dance. That's the story. You're supposed to believe that she's just stomping on Raquel Rodriguez, and good, because I don't like that girl at all. She's tall.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Like, she's tall. That's about it.
She's flat
And
chested, tall.
she just doesn't.
She was
She's
Braun
not-
Strowman's fucking girlfriend, for crying out
She's
loud.
not
Ugh.
great in the ring. She's not good on the mic, and she's not showing me that great of strength, feats of strength or anything that I like. Oh, did you see that match with Raquel? No, I forgot. She was even on. Every
Dude.
time she's on, it's like, oh,
Well, Jinder's just gave us the worst images
oh,
ever,
good
dude.
God.
Look what he
I'm
just said.
blind. I'm blind. I'm blind.
Nia Jax
I'm
sex
blind.
tape is what we need. Ooh,
I'm blind.
bro,
I'm
come on.
blind.
Dude. Hold up. A fucking Nia Jax sex tape for real? Like,
No,
really?
look it up, Jimmy.
I mean, no, this one goes to you, Jinder. Hell no.
You're fired.
It's- Oh, bro, that's a bad one, man. Come on.
This is stuff nightmares are made of.
Raquel got that bulge. I mean, come on, Jinder. Now you're getting fucking. Ooh. Anyway, Labrat says, hope they can make and keep all these ladies looking like monsters, not sacrificing each other just to make one woman. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, Lab. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I have a feeling this is going to lead to a four-way because you forgot the Shayna Baszler part. She stepped in and got
I
fucked
haven't
up.
forgotten. I
Yeah,
was going to get to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's
So,
going to lead
actually-
to a four-way match, and I think that's how Rhea loses it, too, unfortunately.
Nah, she's not losing. But anyway, but like you just mentioned, Rhea goes to town on Nia. Raquel pulls her off to hammer her with lariats, but Ripley catches her with a ripcord headbutt, and Shayna Baszler then attacks Nia. As Rhea pulls her off, they argue about who gets to attack Jax, as Ripley tells her to get out of the ring, or out of her ring, should I say, as Baszler then hits her with a German suplex, and the flash knee takes Rhea Ripley out, and that's that. Interesting enough, this Monday we do get Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley, I think for the women's championship, right?
I can't remember if it. I don't necessarily think it is.
Well, we'll see anyway, and that's
Right.
this coming Monday, right? But and it's looking good. I mean, that's a good match, but we'll see.
It should be a good match, but I have a feeling these other two girls are going to get involved, and like I said, it's going to lead to a four-way somehow. Probably
It's
at the
gonna be a
damn
schmoz
pay-per-view.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pay-per-view, next we see Drew McIntyre is pacing backstage when Seth Rollins rolls up again. Anyway, I haven't said that in a long time. He says he has great news, and Adam Pearce apparently made their title match official, but he has one question: what the hell is Drew's problem? He's this man of integrity. He ignores the beatdown, but attacks once the case is involved. McIntyre says it's not his business. He doesn't get involved, and he doesn't want another bloodline situation on Raw. See what I was saying to you before, Chris? That's why the bloodline situation. That's why he's the way he is. Anyway, Seth then says he appreciates the concern, but Drew doesn't need to worry about Judgment Day because they can't take the title away from him. any more than McIntyre can. Cool, I guess. Suddenly Seth Rollins grew some balls.
And suddenly they need Adam Pearce to make the match official because on NXT we had Becky making matches last week. We had Cody Rhodes making matches this week. We got Rhea Ripley making matches for Dom whenever the fuck. It's like, well, okay, so you only need Adam Pearce once in a blue moon, but every other time they can just make matches for themselves. That's one thing I don't like about some of their storylines is like, well, and especially with after the SmackDown, so you got two GMs now, so make them be the official and be the one and all be all for it. Otherwise, don't just make your own matches just because you feel like you're like, yeah.
And you know what's annoying too about the Seth Rollins? How the fact, and I'm glad like Chabella, the professor, brought it up. Seth Backman actually recovered right. Yeah. He sold his back, man. He went through a hellacious match with Shinsuke Nakamura at the PLE at Fastlane, and he's saying, "Oh, my back," right? But no fucking. He didn't even have any sort of
tape or anything.
Bandages, nothing. Like he was no selling nothing, man. That's the only thing that was annoying, and I'm glad you reminded me about that, Prof, because it's just fucking silly. Zane Vicious in the house. Let's go.
He's
got on my man. And Labrad also says Raquel has to stop her back posing when Jay comes in. Oh, please. She's got to stop just right now, bro.
Yeah, she just needs to stop, period, man.
I can't stand it, man.
No.
I can't stand it. But for real, though, man, Seth should have sold the match against Shinsuke, man, but there was nothing. No selling whatsoever. He comes out like a fucking, I don't know what the hell he looked like. Looked like a friggin' Dalmatian.
He's still dancing and prancing around like they ain't no thing. Like, oh, I'm a gingerbread man. Look at me. You can't catch me.
You're a character, Chris, man. Anyway, well, let's move on from that. But the Prophet brought up a great point. Next, we see Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are shown walking backstage to send us to the break. We come back from commercial, though. We see Shayna Baszler is interviewed backstage. She doesn't care who it is. If she's standing in the ring, she's the baddest woman in there, and nobody sneak attacks her in her ring and gets away with it. She then walks past Akira Tozawa on her way out, who immediately turns around and goes in the other direction. That looks funny, man. I'm not gonna lie.
He's earning every dollar. Glad they kept that guy around. He's killing it.
Thank you, Zane, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support too, brother. But anyway, fucking next though, we see Michael Cole, and what's with this, man? I mean, with Cole lately. But anyway, I'll get to that after this segment. Cole introduces Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, your new WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions. He asks them how it feels to be champs, and Jey says he's turned up and now he's a two-time champion with the current bouts, and his partner is Cody Rhodes. Cole then asks Cody where this responsibility of defending the tag titles fits in with his original goal of finishing the story. He goes on to say, we've all seen the documentary. They've had real personal conversations about it. Is he content with the tag titles, or is he unwilling to take another shot at the world title because he failed the first time and he's scared of letting people down? Rhodes says he's right about one thing. Fastlane was an incredible moment after bringing Jey Uso back. And man, he's just excited to be tag champion. Michael talks up the year he's had and asks the question again. But before Cody can answer, we get fucking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sammy talked about the history of the tag titles and how they ended the Usos' record-setting reign, and says it gets complicated and messy because he has mixed emotions. He thinks the world of both of them and thinks they deserve the titles, but he can't help but feel like it should be the theme with the titles. And by the way, he came out to his wrong theme. I'm talking about Sami Zayn with his heel theme. How do they? I've never seen WWE fuck that up. But
he
anyway.
even mentioned it. He was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, he's like, "What the hell?" Anyway, Owens then comes right out and challenges them for the titles unless Jey is scared of losing the titles to them again. Cody steps up and accepts and says he'll do them one better and accept the match for tonight. And that's that. We got the main event for the night. And yeah, man. I mean, look, obviously we know the future. Kevin Owens ends up getting traded to SmackDown. I don't think it even matters at this point because everyone's jumping around on every show. Does it really matter if you're like Raw or SmackDown at this point?
Look, no, but where's that leave Sammy then? And what's he gonna do? I don't even understand I don't even know if they know what they're doing really with that. Like that was the only thing with the. Yeah, that was the only part about SmackDown that really didn't make sense for me. I was like, well, what was that all about? Like, and why? Like, they didn't really explain. He was just like there to beat up Dom for SmackDown, and so Sammy's gonna be left doing I don't know. And you're right because the Bloodline skips around on whatever show they want anyway. The Judgment Day skips around on whatever show they want anyway. So they're still gonna be fighting the same people. Like. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're on every show, dude, just about. And you're right about Sami Zayn, though. I'm concerned about him too. I mean, I feel like he should be over on SmackDown also.
Well, was that something
part of that story? You know,
was that something with his music? Is that going to be his music solo? I mean, I don't know. It's like
no, that was a mistake because
God, I hope so. Why would they even have that queued up? They should be erasing.
Look, I can see the guy that plays the fucking music probably saw Sami Zayn fucking theme, right? But didn't see that it said fucking heel theme. You know, he just fucked up, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
But Zayn Vicious says Tozawa stealing a check.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Kill it.
Hey, and our very own Israeli Aaron Ben Shlomo says, hello everybody. Hello Aaron, man. And how are you, dude? How is it over there?
Man.
I mean, I hope you're all right too, dude.
Right.
I mean, how's things over there? Is it still bad? I mean, I've been looking into it, and apparently it's still kind of bad. But it seems like the IDF has made it into Gaza on foot. Is that true? Like we've got ground troops down there. Either way, man, stay safe. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Because that's crazy.
For sure.
Labra says, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah,
goes, so Becky and Seth just share clothes? Yes.
That's what happens when you have a kid with Seth Rollins, see?
Oh, man. Anyway, next we see Alpha Academy are backstage getting Chad Gable ready to win a #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship by having Otis chop him in the chest over and over. He's like, thank you, Chop. Thank you, Chop. Like, what the fuck, bro?
It was a bad Tommy Dreamer impression. It was a bad Tommy Dreamer impression, man.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Can I have another?
Isn't Otis from your neck of the woods, Chris?
Yeah, right around here. Him and Ciampa. Ciampa's from Milwaukee.
Oh, yes, that's true.
You're
right.
Yeah, I don't know where Maxine Dupree fits into this group still, though. She's like kind of a third wheel, not really doing anything, just being there. There was a storyline that they had when she first came in, and then she had matches for a little bit, and I guess her training's over, and they're like, these matches were no good. You're not going to have any more of these. You're just going to stand there and look pretty from now on.
And Aaron, what do you mean without the Z? I mean, does that mean without sleep or? Hey, where you are actually, Aaron, was there any bombings or anything like that? Did Hamas get anywhere near you or?
Man, I hope not.
It was only along the, well, obviously he's still alive. So that's a good thing. I mean, I don't think he's really in the danger zone per se, except for the rockets though. I mean, you know what I mean? The rockets obviously can cause trouble, but yeah, that's just crazy, man.
That's insane.
And Breno, like Breno says, best wishes to all innocents in Israel and Palestine. Absolutely, dude. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know how you fix that shit, man. It's just, it runs too deep, bro. It is what it is. But we're not here to talk politics. I don't think people want us to talk politics, but I just thought I'd bring that up.
So depressing.
Anyway, yeah.
Raw is almost as depressing, but not quite nearly as dramatic as that. No, I don't think we could even touch that with this, the 4-foot stick. Even close to being able to do it justice.
It's crazy, man. And by the way, go and check out the Professor's show, the Pro Wrestling Reflection and the Spotlight with Tommy Wonder. You will not be disappointed. As a matter of fact, I'm in the process of uploading your show right now, Prof. But I
I
had to
love the
shrink it,
Professor
man.
Spotlights
It's
and the
always big.
Reflections. Those are some of my favorites, man. I've been binge listening to them. It's like, oh yes, I remember.
Absolutely.
I remember this time.
You're fucking funny, cunt, man. Oh shit, it's finished. So now I can upload it. But anyway, but did I mention that Bronson Reed rolls up during
No,
this
you didn't
little
get to Bronson
segment?
yet. No.
Well, I did now because he rolls up and says Chad isn't getting anywhere near the title as long as he's around, and maybe he should tell his daughter not to watch tonight because it'll be another heartbreaking loss for her. Poor daughter. Reed then leaves, and Gable asks Otis to hit him again, and he's like, "Thank you again." Whatever. That was just some.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it. It felt like gay porn at this point. But anyway, Ricochet makes his entrance, but Shinsuke Nakamura attacks and hits a go to sleep on the stage. He wants Kinshasa to follow it up, but referees and road agents rush down to break the fight up as we go to a break. Now, did you notice again the Punk reference?
Yep. Yes, I did.
Nakamura with the go to sleep, bro. I mean, come on.
Yep. That's all. That's another good match actually for CM Punk and Nakamura.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
all right. Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, if we're planting these seeds, it's like, yeah, I guess I could see where they got, a few stories that he could work with. It's just
for sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, that leads us to
I do think that Nakamura and Ricochet could have a good program, though. I do think they're a good matchup.
Yeah, I've seen this already a million times, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, this is just lazy to me.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, it'll be a good match, but I couldn't care less, and I'm sure Nakamura should win that feud.
Right, I hope so. I hope he does.
Oh, no, he will. He will, definitely.
Yeah, it's Ricochet, I mean.
Come on. Anyway, next we got a three-way match for the number one contender to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It is Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable versus Ricochet in a three-way. And, dude, my boy, big Bronson Reed, ends up getting the win by pinfall with a tsunami, as Bad News Barrett would say, on Ricochet, becoming the number one contender to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, I think he's starting to get over, man. The people are starting to take to him now, man.
I like Bronson Reed. I always have, even back in NXT days. I think he's a solid worker. I think literally, he's a good solid dude, worker, man. Yeah,
he's huge in real life, dude. In person, he's massive.
And it reminds me of like the King Kong Bundys, the Bam Bams, and you need those invaders. Even you need those type of guys in pro wrestling for it to be larger than life. He is larger than life, and I like watching him.
Definitely got that King Kong Bundy thing about him because it looks like Humpty Dumpty, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. Like kind of like the one man gang, kind of in a way. Yeah. I like that. He's kind of got that grimace too, where he's got that like skull and just that face, and it works for him. I think it really works. He's a unique character, and that's what I pay. If I were to go live, that's what I'd pay to see. Most definitely.
Plus, the tsunami, bro. It's just. I mean, come on, bro.
He's crashing down on you.
Fuck that shit.
I like him. I think he's a good, solid worker, man. I think he's got some room for improvement. He could maybe benefit from having somebody. I don't know why they don't use enough managers and roles where they're needed and have him actually manage in the match. Where if he's got a valet or something, doing the sneaky tactics and helping him cheat, I think that would add a whole lot to his character and persona as a bad guy. But I could also see him being a good face. Because he's got that face where he could be that, he could do the comedy. I could see him doing comedy, because typically your face roles, the typical face roles in somebody like him, they're going to have him in a comedy role. Look at Otis. Perfect example.
Yeah, but that's Otis. He's a fucking goof.
Right.
Let's be honest, dude. I mean,
even when they try to turn Otis heel, you'd still see him as the same goof.
You cannot.
But with Bronson seeing him as a face, I don't know if it'd be as viable or not. But I do see people being able to get into him because I could see him get like when Bam Bam turned face back in the day. He was typically your heel, but when he turned face, it was viable because of the people he was facing, I guess. So if you got him in a good storyline and a reason for him to turn face, I could see it. But as a monster heel, I think he could benefit by having a valet or somebody as like a manager role type, or even in a faction of sort, or even a tag team maybe. Him and a guy like Nakamura would make a good tag team.
Nah.
Or no, you
I
don't think
wouldn't put
so?
them
Just to
together.
counteract
Nah.
the size differential, kind of
Nah.
like you got with Otis.
Come on, bro.
Gable?
No
No.
way, man. Nah. For me, no way. But I think an advocate like a Paul Heyman would be good for him, though.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Or somebody like a Slick Rick back.
Oh, God.
Back in the day, out on the
Slick stuff,
side.
bro. We
Yeah,
going back
man,
to the 80s.
Or even like a Harvey Wimpleman type of guy.
Nah,
Some
fuck
Weasley
Harvey
little. You need
Wimpleman.
somebody like Weasley little guy to like, yeah, and then he's gonna go and smash people.
We're not in the 80s, bro. Come on.
Nah,
Come on, bro.
we can dream. We can dream, dude.
Harvey Wimpleman, though. Come on, man. Slick would have been funny, but man, can you imagine that? The Doctor of Style, Slick. I mean, Slick would put himself over more so than fucking the wrestlers that he managed, dude.
Yeah, true.
I mean, think about it, man. Come on.
I think him and Gunther are going to match up well. I think they had a match, if I'm not mistaken. No,
They might have, but I'll tell you why they're pushing Bronson Reed. It's pretty obvious, dude.
Yeah.
It's, the Elimination Chamber is in Australia, bro.
I'll bet you he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber.
Don't be surprised. All I know is they're going to try to make him look strong, especially considering that, they're going to want to showcase, obviously some of Australia's wrestlers. And I think Bronson's going to be one of those guys that's going to be pretty much showcased. And Grayson Waller's probably the other one, as well as Mummy, obviously.
If there's anybody to have a good showing with, it's going to be Gunther, that's for sure.
I mean, we'll see. I can see him being in the Elimination Chamber match, though, as far as Bronson Reed goes. But I think it'll be a banger of a match. But don't be surprised if Gunther beats him pretty quick, though, man.
Yeah. I'd like to see a stretch out and see what he can really do, if he can go the distance. You know what I mean? That's the only way he's really ever going to make it to a higher level, is if his matches are able to last a little longer. If he's going to be at like a, low, upper mid card, lower, if he wants, contend for a major title, they're going to have to give him a good showing, or let's see what he can really do besides just squash people.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure.
They're doing so with Ivar so far, so good on that level.
Right, but where does it lead? That's the thing with
Right,
Ivar. I feel like there's no direction per se with him yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just winning matches and looking good doing it. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, Zane Vicious says people should want him in Action Weekly just for the theme music. Yeah.
That
and
is
also
cool.
just to get familiar. He's got a badass theme for sure.
Yeah.
He also says, I advocated for it during my live post and I got it. All he needs is a catalyst. And he also says that would be good for a Survivor Series team. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, Zane. I mean, Survivor Series is just around the corner. After
it is.
But anyway, after that, though, we see Becky Lynch is interviewed backstage. Physically, she admits she's not 100%, but if you're a fighting champion, you're never 100% if you're doing it right. Suddenly, we see Xia Li rolling up and asks when her turn is. And Lynch says she's not hard to find. Duh, Becky. She just found you. Hello. I mean, ding dong.
Hello.
God damn it. Oh, man.
Well, at least Xia Li was on TV. Holy shit. She's been missing for a while.
I mean, it felt like a Triple H booked show. I mean, considering we had even Xia Li, on the show out of nowhere.
That was a positive, at least for her. It's good to see her back. I don't think she's going to do much with Becky, but that's yet to be seen.
We'll see.
They should be able to tear it up pretty good. She's a good competitor if they let her wrestle.
For sure. I agree, man. I agree 100%. Next was the funniest match to me, bro, because it was Drew McIntyre versus JD McDonough. And, bro, I've never seen a back body drop executed so... I mean, bro. I mean, seriously. Who the fuck? I was feeling bad for fucking Big Head McDonough right now, man. Dude, Drew McIntyre launched him so fucking high, bro. I mean, he was that fucking high. I thought he was gonna die, bro, falling down. Bro, he hit hard, man.
Yeah.
He threw him like
Kid got knocked around.
You have to see it, man. If you
getting hit by a car or something, get full.
Dude, I'm telling you, if anyone in the chat hasn't seen it yet, go and fucking find it, because I'm telling you, Drew threw him to space and back. I mean, bro, this is just a beatdown.
What do you think this guy did to get treated like this every time he's on TV? I mean, but he's getting the TV time there though too, so it's like it's safe. And it's like, well, if they were punishing him for real, he wouldn't have this TV time.
He's paying his dues, bro. That's what it is. You know, welcome to the fucking main roster. That's what it is, bro. I think anyway.
I don't know what's gonna come of it though. Is he gonna get a fluke win out of nowhere, like steal it from somebody? I don't know how they could go with the story. Are they just gonna keep smashing him every time he's on television? It's fucking phenomenal.
Dude, I'll just go and check out that damn. Oh, man, just check it out. Believe me, I'm not even giving it justice.
No,
but but anyway, Drew McIntyre McIntyre ends up winning via pinfall with the Claymore, and that's that. We come back from the commercial though, and we see a recap of last week's Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Tommaso Ciampa, and the DIY reunion. Anyway, we also see a little sit-down interview with Wade Barrett conducting the interview with Ciampa and Johnny Gargano last week. They talk about how this is 7 years in the making and their history is like no other, but now they look to what's next and how far they can take this thing. They continue talking about Imperium, and then suddenly we see Imperium attack and beat them down in the locker room. And they got a beating, bro. They got literally fucking stomped.
It was pretty good. I like that. That's what the Imperium I like to see. I like to see that out of them. And as far as Gargano and Ciampa go, I guess it's another tag team. I don't know why they're gonna keep introducing more tag teams if they're not gonna split the tag team title belts up. That's really still kind of bothering me a lot. And they're not explaining why they're still together and why they're carrying them both. Like, it's just...
Well, I'll tell you why. Because this is the way, like I was saying, man, they needed an inroads, no pun intended, for Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to continue the story. And obviously, Jey Uso is also part of that story with the bloodline. That's all it is, dude. So that's why they're not separating it just yet. They need... those titles so guys can jump over to SmackDown whenever they choose.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate though. It's like, well, what are Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano going to be fighting for then? Really, if
the tag belts, but they won't win them. Yeah,
guess. Well, I hope they do. If they split the damn things up, I would totally see them. Or just combine them all together and just let them keep bouncing from show to show to show, whatever.
Then there's no such thing as a brand split if you do that.
Right.
Officially, you know what I mean? You can't exactly do that just yet, right? Can you?
Yeah.
Even though they don't care about it, really.
No, they don't. I don't know. And where's Dexter Lumis been? I was hoping he'd come back for that, but no.
Dexter Lumis, dude. Come on, man. I mean,
there's this show called Tacoma FD. It's from the guys that did Super Troopers and shit. And he does a cameo on that. It's fucking hilarious. It's one of the best.
But that's the
fucking
thing,
cool
man.
as hell in that one. But like, as far as his character goes, I don't think he fits anymore. But why keep him on the roster?
Because they've made him into a joke, dude. You can't have comedy with him, bro.
But why keep him on the roster if they can't do if they're not gonna, do anything?
He's gonna get future endeavored, man. He's gonna be on the future endeavored list very soon, unless they do something quick.
Right.
I mean, the thing that lets him down, dude, he's got a character that's supposed to be like a big bad dude. You know what I mean? He looks, disturbing. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's kind of big, but he's not really big. If you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And he comes across as a dork, especially after all the Indy Hartwell shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it fucked his whole character up, bro.
It did. It really did. We'll see.
So what do you do with him? He's
I don't
damaged
know.
goods now, man.
I think so. Yeah, if he came back all normal, nobody's gonna buy it. They'll be like, "Oh, what happened?" Yeah, and you're right. He's not that big.
About him anymore, right?
Yeah.
He's just, like WWE have managed to make me not give a shit.
He can go back to
Lumis.
Yeah, he can go back to Impact. He's a good fit.
They used him better there though, dude, with his character.
Yeah, they'd have a spot for him.
Like Zane Vicious says, Sam Shaw will be fine. He just needs me advocating for him. Zane, you're a star, bro. Straight up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, next we see a Tegan Knox video package. And then we see Tegan who's interviewed backstage. And she says, this isn't just a title match. It's also to show the world what she's made of. Then we see Natalya and her two big...
Ugh.
rolling up to wish her good luck as Knox makes her entrance and we go to the break. But as we come back from the break, we see Ricochet is walking backstage looking for Shinsuke, calling him a coward. Like, seriously? You're going to call him a coward after he kicked your fucking butt? And that was after he was calling him a coward again. Like, I mean, come on.
Right.
Well, anyway, he's just a little bitch, man. Straight up, Ricochet. But, yeah, keep ricocheting. Anyway, next we see, though, Adam Pearce rolling up. He says that he had Nakamura escorted out of the building, and next week they're going to have a Falls Count Anywhere match as Ricochet is pleased and leaves, apparently. Cool.
Yeah, well, when are they going to jump off of?
Knocked the fuck out.
I'm sure they'll have a cool spot or something planned for it. It's Ricochet.
I just hope Nakamura comes out with those nunchucks and...
Oh, the nunchucks are great.
Right on his head, bro.
It's a great in for him to use them again.
Maybe Prince Puma can come back. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Oh, man. Anyway, but that's that. I guess that match will be something else this coming Monday. But next we get an NXT Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Tegan Knox. It was a good match. I mean, it was what it was. I think it went way too long.
Way too long.
But the thing I hate about these type of matchups, dude, does Tegan really need to be this sort of close to Becky? It makes Becky look bad, in my opinion. But...
yeah, it does. And I don't know what the deal was. Tegan's been on every show for the last, 2 weeks. So it's like she's just kind of creeping her way into the title shot out of nowhere. Like, okay, cool. No real good storyline with her. I don't really care for her so much either as a competitor. She's like cut and copy avatar from any wrestling game, It's like, she's okay.
Man. There's nothing to her. She's generic, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like there's really nothing that stands out, like at least even moveset wise, body wise, look wise, just persona. None of it comes off like, oh, this is somebody I'm gonna get behind, or even care about.
Maybe you do want to get behind though.
Nah, she's really not.
Come on, Chris. No, she's not that good. She's not that good, really. You're right.
Yeah. No, and there again, it's like, no, Becky's been on every show too all the time, like flopping here and there. I don't really know where they're going to go to with that. And it's like, well, she's got a title. Rollins has a title still. It's like, I'm kind of over a couple things.
They're both fighting champions, dude. Come on.
Yeah, great.
The Rollins.
I guess it's like that's.
That's what I'm confused. Becky and Seth Rollins.
Well, it's like, where are they going with who's going to take it from Becky, though? They're not really building anybody big aside from Tiffany Stratton in NXT. She's an NXT champion.
It'll be Stratton.
It's got to be Tiffany Top.
100%.
Got to be.
This is all to build Tiffany Stratton and also for, Becky Lynch to win that elusive NXT Women's Championship. But I think she's going to lose it very soon.
But yeah. I mean, if you put Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox in a lineup, I wouldn't be able to pick them out. You know what I mean? It's like pretty much copy paste.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, they got different body builds, obviously, but I couldn't care less about either one of them anyway. But
no, there's just no person compared to like you were mentioning with the stacked roster. You had Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax. Even Raquel Rodriguez and her back and shit. It was like,
fuck her, bro.
But even Tegan doesn't stand out. All those girls stand out. They all have something that makes them stand out in a crowd. Tegan just blends right in.
No, you're right. I agree. She's just every chick off the street, really.
Yeah,
bro.
like I said, her moveset isn't anything spectacular to be like, oh, did you see that match? In fact, this was like pretty much my cigarette bathroom break match. It usually is on a Monday night. It's like, this is the one where if I recorded this would have been the one I fast forward because I already know what's going to happen. Unless somebody
Well,
jumps
look,
in at the end and makes it a schmoz finish. It's like, oh, you
well,
know Becky's going to win.
well, to be fair, it was a decent match, and Becky does end up winning via submission with a disarm her, retaining her NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah, they gave Tegan a good show, and I mean, she was better than some of the last matches Becky had recently.
For sure.
So I'll give her
Definitely.
that.
Well, post-match, Becky shakes Tegan's hand, and then we see Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are backstage chatting with Adam Pearce about DIY's medical status. I like you don't know. That's your husband, girl. I mean, for
No
fuck's
shit.
sake, you don't know. I hate that
We all know
bullshit.
it too, but she has no idea how he's doing because she can't get back
Anyway,
to that side of the building, I guess, or anything. And
well,
then
apparently
Indy, like
Gargano.
an indie
Yeah, well,
biscuit, like shit. Why
Indy
is she still
Biscuit?
got it? Like,
Like
wasn't she
Sea
just?
Biscuit?
Yeah, yeah. Wait, wasn't she just back in NXT? Now she's back on Raw. So that's like you said, what brand split? Why did they have
They're
the
everywhere,
draft?
bro. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing with that draft or any of it.
Well, anyway, Lorraine and Indy Hartwell, ask about the medical status, as apparently, what's it called? Pierce says Gargano is a little banged up, but Tommaso Ciampa's more touch and go situation. Then we see Rhea Ripley rolling up and demands Pierce help her get her division in order and make an example of Shayna Baszler in the match next week. She leaves before he can answer, and we go to a break. As we come back from commercial, though, we see Natalya comes over to Tegan to tell her what a great job she did and not to beat herself up. And then we see KK in Casey and Caden rolling up and join Natty when Chelsea Green and Piper Niven appear to talk trash. Green tells Natty never to interfere again or else, but when pressed on what or else could mean, Piper has to step up and say she'll have to deal with her. Neidhart then rises to the challenge, and Niven says she'll see her next week.
Yay.
More women, more dramas.
I'll be sure to save my bathroom break for that too.
Boy.
Yeah, I
It is
don't
what
care.
it is.
I don't care about these tag team titles anymore. I don't think anybody did. As soon as they tried to make us care about them again, it was like just kind of fizzled away. And Niven and Chelsea have barely ever defended them per se, and like I don't know where they're going with any of it. And I don't really care about the Casey and Carter coming in. They're tiny as fuck too. Like, what are they really gonna compared to a lot of these other women? It's like they should have like just weight classes at that rate. There's just no comparison.
Why not?
Yeah, there's no
They're
comparison.
two little bitches, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, they're fucking tiny. But anyway,
the two of them together barely make up Piper Niven. I mean,
Jesus, please. Nah, they don't even make Piper Niven. What are you talking about?
right?
Breno says Laura Valkyria or Valkyria, however you pronounce her name. Is it Valkyria or Valkyria?
Valkyria.
It's a Valkyria, whatever the fucking name is. She is nice, and she's Irish too, I
Yeah,
believe, right? I mean,
I think in comparison, she had a better match with Becky than Tegan Nox did.
that was a good match on NXT, but we'll get to that shortly. Zane says Tegan Nox is a time killer. I'm pushing Lara, and guess what's happening on NXT? And he also says, I know the difference between Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. True, me too. One's a butch, one isn't, if you get my drift. Anyway, we come back from commercial as we see Jey Uso is warming up backstage when Drew McIntyre then rolls up. He says when Uso shows his true colors, he'll be ready to drop his ass, and Jey says he's got 5 minutes for him right now. Sami Zayn then appears like a stalker to, mediate, and Drew backs down. Uso says he appreciates him always having his back, but tonight it's go time. He also says, what the fuck were you doing? Where were you? Were you just there stalking me, basically? Sammy then says he doesn't have to tell him twice. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn make their entrance with his actual entrance this time. His babyface entrance. They didn't fuck it up this time. And but after we come back from commercial, though, we get an elegant vignette of Ludwig Kaiser, which I kind of laughed at. I'm not gonna lie.
This was awesome. I liked this a lot. This was out of nowhere. I'm like, why did he get the vignette? Not.
And what does this mean? I mean, are they going to split? You know, Imperium
I
now?
think this means what I'm hoping for, and like I said before, I'll say it again. I think that he's going to be the one to take it off of Gunther somehow.
No
Whoever beats
way,
Gunther,
bro.
whoever beats
No.
Gunther is going to be a transitional champion, and that's who Chad Gable ends up beating. Mark my words. I said it here. That's what it's going to play out to be. That's what I think is going to happen.
Gunther, bro.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Otherwise,
No
what are they
chance
doing?
in hell, bro.
Why would they have a vignette for him? What are they going at? Like you said, are they going to break him up? I don't know.
That
They can
doesn't
plant
mean-
the seeds.
That doesn't mean he's going to beat Gunther for the friggin' champ. Come on, bro. Let's
Whoever
be real
beats
here.
him is going to be a transitional champion. You would think that Gunther's going to make somebody out of
Why
losing
would
the
they
title.
be?
I don't see that happening. I think the person that beats him is going to have it for a minute, and they're going to drop it to the next guy.
Why would he be? Why would they be a transitional champion though?
Because whoever beats Gunther is either going to be somebody that they're building to make a star, but they're not going to have nearly the run that Gunther had.
No
So
one's going
whoever
to have
beats
nearly
him-
the run that Gunther has.
So,
bro.
like, say if it was Chad Gable, he'd hold it for like a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then
But
the
no
next
one's
pay-per-view
Gunther,
would
bro.
drop.
No
What's
one is
that?
Gunther.
No
No one
one
is
is
Gunther.
Gunther.
You can't compare that run now. You
So
just
whoever
can't.
beats him is going to be a fluke, and that person is going to be a transitional champion. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, you don't have someone that beat Gunther as a transitional champion. You don't do that. Because what was the point of beating Gunther? What did that mean?
Well,
Nothing.
Well, not if the next person's not going to carry it for just about as long. I mean, if they're not going to have a solid run.
No
as the
one's
next
going to
guy,
carry it. No
That's
one's
what I
carrying
mean.
it as long,
That's
not
why
for
it's a
a
transitional.
long time, bro.
That's why it would be a transitional. It'd be the same situation on the Roman side. I'm thinking whoever beats Roman's
yeah.
not going to hold. Not whoever beats Roman's not going to hold it long. They're going to be a transitional champion.
No, I think they'll hold it long. Like if Cody wins it, just say, I'm pretty sure Cody would hold it, for a long time. Zayn thinks it's going to be Jey Uso. I'm not sure yet, man.
I'm see now, and with like
If it's Jey, then that's going to be transitional possibly, but I just don't see that yet.
Yeah,
bro.
I guess we can cover some of those thoughts on the end of this match too, which kind of has something to do with that, and then the SmackDown, which has something to do with that, and that involves the people in the match at the end of the night. So,
Well,
I
yeah,
think-
and it is.
I think all
our
that
main
kind of leads
event.
into the story somehow. It's got to, you would hope, or
Well,
think.
like I said, the reason why Jey and Cody are your undisputed tag team champions, and I said this, I called it, man. I was the only one that said Cody and Jey were going to win.
Yep.
And I said why they were going to win, because they need to finish the story over on SmackDown. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why they're the tag champs, man. It's as simple as
True.
that. And as we get to that, actually, it is our main event. It is Cody and Jey, your undisputed tag champs versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And look, I've seen this match a million times in some ways, it feels like, even though we got a different type of team in Cody and Jey. But nevertheless, Cody and Jey win by pinfall with a flapjack. Cody cut a combination, which I'm starting to like, on Kevin Owens, retaining the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And you know what, man? Cody and Jey, man, they work so good as a team, surprisingly.
They do, and the combo at the end showed it too. There was like they've been working on some of these movesets, and they're both second generation, third generation wrestler, or in third in Jay's case, I think, and they kind of grew up around the same ish. I think Cody's got them on a few years, but I don't think they're too far apart, and their families are
No.
tight. So they
Yeah,
kind of
no,
grew up in
definitely.
that. I'm sure
No,
somebody
for
showed
sure,
up.
man.
I'm sure X, Y, or Z showed up for each other's wedding, so they got chemistry there automatically. And like I said, you could tell that they were partying the night they won them championships. That was a bonding moment.
I mean, look, it's one of those things. I don't think they even expected these two to be as slick as they are, man.
Well, right.
And-
And there again, it's like it's another level to Jay's onion. He's got
Yeah.
peels and layers, and it's showing it through, and it's showing his character is coming out through being able to work with it. He's not just writing Roman's curtails. It wasn't just the bloodline that was making the main event Jay. He's proving that he's his own man.
No, for sure, bro. Absolutely, I agree, man. 100%. That'll be look. It's interesting, no less, man. But look, we'll see what happens. Zane says Gunther losing would be a big moment. Exactly, man. That's why they can't be a transitional champ. And when you say transitional, you're saying like they're gonna lose the belt fast, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so like if Chad Gable were to do it, it'd be a big win for Chad Gable, but he's gonna
But
hold it, drop it in like a month.
But you don't build someone to beat Gunther for that person to just lose the belt straight away, because in that beating Gunther meant nothing after that.
But that's at the point where Gunther's ready to move on to bigger, better things. Seth Rollins.
I understand that, but again, you don't build someone to beat Gunther to be a transitional champ. Sure,
but that's why you don't build a person. That's why I think it might be this Ludwig Kaiser guy.
Oops, no
chance. All right,
no
we'll
fucking
see.
way.
We'll see.
No way.
We'll see.
But
I called it.
That makes no sense for that to happen.
That's my pick. If I were to pick out anybody on the roster right now,
and how long? When do you think this will actually happen, Chris? You can't say a year from now.
No, my latest would be WrestleMania.
So
he's got to have unless Gunther's in a match with Rollins at WrestleMania or something like that. So
I think if the Punk thing is happening,
right,
it'll be definitely Rollins and Punk at WrestleMania. I think.
Then I think that Gunther would have to drop it. See.
If the Punk, thing is happening, and that's a big if still.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a real tough one with him. I'm leaning on, like I'm saying, like whoever beats him isn't going to hold the belt for much more than a month or so. And then
but no one's gonna do a Gunther run. That's the thing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
And I think if they were to build up somebody to be the next superstar, to be the like workhorse or whatever, they would have to hold it for a while. But then it's like, well, then where does Gunther go from there? The reason why
I'd have Gunther relinquish the belt.
Yeah, that hasn't been done in a long time. Where he's like,
that's an interesting one. Actually, what Zane says. Now, if they brought in Braun Steiner on an open challenge,
I could see that. That would be a surprise too, for him to come in and run in and beat him in like 2 or 3 seconds or something. So it'd have to be like a spear and over. Like I don't know. I don't know how it work. I don't know how it'd work out. He'd have to have a match already before that, Somehow, some way. I don't know how it works.
We're thinking very far ahead. But Zane says, "I have all this worked out through WrestleMania." Well, we'll see, Zane. That's interesting what you have to say, but I like that with Bron Breakker, coming up to the main roster and whatnot. But we'll see.
I like that.
We'll see. I mean, we're thinking too far ahead for now. Time will tell. Like I said, we'll see what happens there. Man.
I don't know what they're getting at with breaking Sammy and Kevin up. That's another thing I was playing. I wonder how Sammy's gonna weasel his way back into the Bloodline storyline to stay relevant, or what else is he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Now he's left all alone, and it's like Jay and Cody are off running, skipping with their belts all around, and then his best friend's on the other show, and he's dealing with Roman while he's stuck on Raw. Like, I don't see. Is he gonna slip into some weird depression now or some weird shit, and they're gonna play into that? I don't know.
Nah, relax, bro. I think you're thinking way too far ahead now. Let's not even go there. No, look, he'll be fine, dude. It's Sami Zayn. He'll be fine, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go with him for now. I'm sure he'll be challenging for Intercontinental Championships and whatnot. We'll see. Let's just see what happens on Monday night, first of all, before we jump to any conclusions. But it's interesting. We'll see.
Right.
But you know what? If you had to give this Raw a score, actually, Chris, what would you give it between an A and F?
I think I'm going to give it a solid C. A cool C, just because it was a cool show. I wasn't expecting a whole lot, and it flowed like a typical Raw. All the matches, I think.
I think the B, man, B minus actually.
I'm pretty picky when it comes to my scorings on a lot of these. I love my WWE. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a shill for them. So it's like, they got to really pull something out of their ass to really impress me. Like, I guess if I had to say compared to SmackDown, yeah, it's definitely a C. Raw usually doesn't.
Interesting.
It's rare when Raw break that grade for me. It's usually a D on my books. It's one of those shows where I usually just it's not a background noise. If something stands out, then I'll pay attention. But usually it's kind of like the in between, and lately, like the shows after the pay-per-views haven't been delivering the way that they used to, so I'm not expecting anything out of it. But there again,
they've improved. I feel like they've improved big time, man. The last couple of weeks they have anyway.
I don't necessarily have any expectations going into any Monday Night Raw, so from the beginning I'm already kind of like, it's a drag.
Neither do I. That's why I'm pleasantly surprised when they're half decent. But Zane says, and this is actually a good vision, my man, as a matter of fact. He says, I have a vision that Jey Uso as Intercontinental Champion versus Jimmy Uso as US Champion. WrestleMania is the end game with these two, Zane, 100%. Them two are facing each other at Mania. Because that's what they want, actually. They've come out and said their dream matchup is them facing each other at Mania. I like that idea. I mean, that's cool, but then do you have it as champion versus champion? And if so, that means you have to unify, like they unify, and then you're in the same pickle.
In a sense, I think
the tag belts.
The titles kind of detract from the story in a sense, but it would add that.
You don't need the title. It would add, but you don't need them to be on the line.
Right. Same with if you were to have Roman and The Rock go at it, it wouldn't have to be about the titles, it's about the head of the table per se.
Right. But I agree. But we don't even know what's going on with The Rock 100%. But Zayn also says, I said that Steen and Generico foolishness wasn't getting over anywhere and they pulled it. It's true. I mean, were they really that over? I mean,
now that he mentions that, I wonder if they're gonna freaking bring out El Generico as a way for Sammy to do something different. That's what they're gonna do with him, to do something else. That would suck.
Nah, they'll never bring back the Generico. Fucking, it'll never happen in WWE, man.
No, it sucks.
I mean, you think about it. Sami Zayn wrestled without a mask for the first time and spoke more than ever when he went to WWE.
I mean, if I could see him doing it where they play it off with like like we're not supposed to know it's Sami Zayn. That's typical WWE. Look at Ezekiel.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Mr. America.
See what happens. Mr. America. Remember that. What you gonna do, brother?
So I can see him pulling. That's a Vince McMahon thing, though. If they did something like that, where it's like, it's me, it's El Generico. It's not Sami Zayn. Who's that? He's on the show.
That's funny, man. So you give it a C+, I give it a -B, and that's the Raw fucking review portion of the PWC. But next, actually, Chris, we got fucking NXT, bro.
Yeah, boy.
This is the conflict fucking part of the show, because that's what we used to call our fucking Tuesday shows, man. When we used to actually cover NXT on the regular, it was the Tuesday night conflict. And well, I'm glad to say we're bringing it back since NXT is sort of pretty good again, man. I'm actually enjoying NXT, as a matter of fact.
I'm digging it. I'm digging NXT. There was a time after the draft where it kind of dipped down for me a little bit, and like especially losing Pretty Deadly and some of the other guys and gals, but like it's really steadily started to pick up pace. I'm into it. I'm invested in some of the storylines now. I'm interested in seeing where they're going.
Well, no, for sure, man. I mean, I'm starting to like the blend of the main roster and the NXT sort of all fooling around, but at the same time, it's not good for NXT either in some ways. But it's also good to build confidence for your young people coming up. But
it gives them that little bit of a rub. I can see where it's a negative and a positive. Where it's like, on the negative side, it brings up that we're good enough, where they're not, per se. They're not ready, you know what I mean? But they assume that they are just because they're working with X, Y, or Z. And then on the other side, it's like, well, they're getting the shine. And I think right now it has nothing. We'll get into this, too, as we get into the show. The AEW part of it, I think it has nothing to do with AEW. I think it has everything to do with the network. And then trying to reach out and get to people, they're trying to land a spot. That's what they're trying to do. And they're like, this is what we have to offer you. So somebody wants to invest in the company and put them on their programming.
Well, Raw is also is up for grabs too, man. No one's taken Raw yet.
Right. So, that's what I mean. That's a big part of it too. So they're going to have to do something special for Raw here coming up pretty soon. Not that they haven't been trying so far already, like you alluded to, but I think they're going to do some type of surprise again, where it's like somebody like The Rock or Stone Cold probably. Somebody's gonna show up on Raw and be like, besides John Cena, I guess now it's like he's kind of like, even tonight we'll get into that. My feelings on that.
Oh no, for sure, man. Absolutely. Well, it's the Tuesday Night War all over again, as a matter of fact, ironically. And it is NXT coming from, is that the Performance Center these days? Is that where
Yes,
where
yes
it's
it
at?
is. Yes, it is.
We're from the Performance Center, and I mean, shit, we start off with a bang, actually, Chris, because it's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, making his entrance. He greets the crowd and asks what they want to talk about, as per usual. I mean, the crowd were into this. I mean, the crowd was so into him, man. It was loud. He says he never thought he'd be standing in this particular ring, but something feels right about it. It's the roads, it's Florida. They've spilled blood all over the state. And in the vein of gratitude, he wants to cut right to his big announcement. And that actually, he says announcements, plural. He talks about the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament and announces there'll be an NXT Men's Breakout Tournament as well. He kept hearing people talk about a certain tag team tournament. And yes, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is back as well. I also called that. He also says, but there's also one more announcement, or perhaps the biggest, on perhaps the biggest night in NXT history. He has the privilege and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, made it so he's the special guest general manager tonight. So whoopity whoop. Big deal. Anyway, enter Ilya Dragunov. The crowd chants happy birthday at him. I guess it was his birthday too. And he lets a little chuckle out before saying he couldn't pass up the opportunity to welcome Cody to NXT. His announcements bring hope to the future of the brand. He creates excitement and breathe life into NXT. But besides that, he simply wanted to meet him. This man who brings this passion, this energy, the will to suffer for the entire WWE universe, and he'll match it with the fire that only a mad dragon can blow. And then enter Dom and Rhea Ripley. Dom mocks him for patting each other on the back and says that the WWE universe is here to see the greatest superstar this brand has to offer him. Dragunov says he's not surprised Mysterio came out to talk when no one wants to hear the sound of his voice, and says his father used to work in a prison, so he knows exactly how to turn a barking dog into a sweet little puppy. Mysterio then sasses back, though, as Cody asks if that means he's not willing to put his title on the line, and Rhea says he's had the company on his back and just won the title back. Ilya says today is a day of celebration, and he can't imagine anything better than eating a man like him alive in the ring. And Rhea, darling, he's going to smash your boy. You.
All that prison talk and smashing his boy.
Yeah, Ilya. It's a bit weird, Ilya. It's a bit weird.
It's a bit peculiar.
But I get what he means, the double meaning. He's going to smash him.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And smash him.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rhodes makes the match. Yeah. Rhodes then makes the match official, but says Judgment Day are all about the numbers game, and he won't see them ruin it. So he has a special guest referee in mind, and that's LA Knight.
L.A.
Yeah. Yeah.
As if they couldn't, as if they couldn't stack it enough with superstars. Of course, LA Knight's gonna appear. I'm not really into the face LA Knight though.
Why?
I think they turned him too soon with no reason. I think they did it because
they didn't turn him. They didn't turn him. It was the fans that turned him, bro.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I don't like it. And now
I love it, bro. I'm cool with it, man.
I'm alright. I just hope it was more meaningful or special, like it had a purpose or a meaning. Like I think he's limited now, but I think he's I think being a face limits some of the things that he can say, especially when he's ragging on somebody and cutting them down. Some of his insults and stuff are really, really good when he's a heel.
Not really, bro. Like I think he called, for example, Rey Mysterio about 3 weeks ago a deadbeat dad.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still a babyface though.
Yeah. Well, Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Uh,
You can play it in the. You can be the anti-hero, man. It's just like Stone Cold, just like Roman even can play that. You can be the anti-hero as a
he's good, but
babyface. That's fine.
yeah, he's. Well, that was kind of creepy. You gotta skip there a little bit. But no, I just think that.
Well, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I just think that for me, typically when everybody's behind him, that's when I start to fizzle away from it. And now I'm waiting for him to turn heel again,
Really?
so I can like him again.
Oh, come on, bro. Come
Yeah,
on, man. Nah, look, he's getting what he deserves, man. I think he's drew those flowers, man. People
Yeah.
should be praising him. He's grinded for 20 years, bro. To get to this
Yeah,
point.
I know it is his time. It's his time to shine. I get it. I mean, I feel the energy whenever he through the TV, obviously, but I feel the energy when he comes out. It's immediate. He's got that swag. He's got that persona. He's got the build. He looks like $1,000,000. I mean, he looks like he could be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. But there again, we'll get into that some other time when we start doing those shows when
check
they
out the
start.
Smack Attack, right?
Yeah,
If
we'll
you
get
wanna-
into that
if
when
you
they
wanna hear
actually
that.
have a match. You know,
Medium 5 also joins us, by the way, and he says, for NXT, it was the perfect blend of talent and older stars. He also says, without them, they would have never had the ratings they did. That's true. He also says, all I will mention is the Taker swing was bad. Good for Braun, but bad when you're looking like an old lesbian volleyball player with a beer gut. Time to rethink your TV-ready build. Come on, man. He's an old man now, bro. I mean, shit. Breno says, poor Tiny Khan got so triggered this week. Yeah, man, Breno, we were talking about it at the start of the show. If you didn't hear it, rewind it after the show ends and you'll hear us talk about that. Labrat says, TK, I hate the blonde poop head. Oh, boy. Fucking TK.
I love that though. WWE doesn't even bat a fucking eye, not even an eyelash, nothing. They get nothing, and that's what's making Tony so pissed. He's like, they won't look at me. They won't look at me. Look what I'm doing. They won't even look at me. And then they don't give a two fucks about Tony. I don't think they do anything because of what Tony Khan says, thinks, or does. You know what I mean?
Right.
WWE is going to keep going on their trajectory, and this is going to keep going to the wayside. As far as I'm concerned, like I don't think this show had anything to do with NXT or AEW. This NXT booking had nothing to do with it. Everything to do with buyer rates and TV show. Like, come and invest into our company. This is what we can do for you and deliver. And they deliver.
Right, and I've been saying that too, all over the place, man. It has a lot to do with also, the new contract. But yeah, of course they loaded it up also because of AEW. Make no mistake about it, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, they had 30 minutes commercial free. I mean, the way shit was booked was exactly to play up against AEW. But yeah, it's also to get their show on a fucking new channel, man. Absolutely. I mean, people don't realize
that's
that.
what I mean, man. For sure. It was a good start to the show too. It was a great way to kick off the show. I must say they had a lot of stars in the ring, and then Dominic's just getting that fucking rub. He's just in there oozing it all up. He's like, "Give it to me, give it to me." All the piped in booze and chants and everything. He's just loving it.
Well, it's not piped in actually. Not in this crowd anyway. They really gave him a lot of heat.
Oh
as
yeah,
they should. As they should.
Well, right.
And the go away heat, man.
But just the way that he lets himself get ripped on the way that he does, and just the match, like we'll get into the match, it's just he's in all these really big spots that a kid his age is dreaming about getting, just breaking into the business at that rate. So he's in a good spot. I love what they're doing with him, and he's getting the rub from all these superstars. I'm sure the Taker had a conversation with him in the back. I'm sure he had a lot of conversations with a lot of the kids. I'm sure Dom was probably one of them that he's like, you got a kid.
No doubt, man. Well, media says with LA Knight, we've seen what happened with SmackDown Friday. However, with NXT, if you have Knight and Cena there, it'd be better to follow the story on SmackDown or Raw with the bloodline, which they are. Which, exactly. And he also says, Khan needs to take the reins, so to speak, on his own behavior, sit back and let others help his product. We always say that, and he just refuses to fucking.
But they don't take the help of others. You take your Jungle Boys, you got your Hangman Pages. These are the guys that are saying, "Oh, I don't need to listen to this old timer. He doesn't know what he's talking about."
So why would he fucking listen to anybody else, right?
And they're the
true.
ones that are playing patty cake with him in the
Dude,
back.
did you see after Dynamite, bro? He made everyone sing him a happy birthday in front of everybody, bro. How fucking seriously, man.
Of course, doing the dance again. He's going to be on Dancing with the Stars here sooner or later.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Really, bro?
Come on. Could you imagine? I can see it now. And here's Tony Khan.
Nah. Women don't even want to touch him, bro. Come on, man.
You don't got enough cocaine for him. La coca.
La coca. You got that coca? We want coca. Jesus, man. Oh, look at this. Ric Flair was at Tony Khan's birthday, apparently, ironically. Yeah. I just saw it now.
As we were saying.
Dude, I got to show you something, man. Do you want to see fucking awkward, bro?
Sure. Hell yeah.
Let me show you the world fucking awkward, man. Let me get this. Wait. Check this out. Oh, you can see that, right? Can you see this?
Oh.
You see the video? Wait. Now get this, all right? Watch, I'm going to press play. Wait, can you hear the sound? Do you hear the sound though? Look at this shit, bro. Oh, come on, bro. Look at his face, bro. 2, 3. Happy birthday. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Anyway, enough of that fucking garbage.
He's like, which one of them is coming back to my hotel room with me? Oh, this guy with the cake.
Jeez, bro.
Satnam singing in the back, not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Could you hear that, by the way? Could you hear it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, good, because I couldn't hear it for some reason, but you could, right?
Yep.
As long as everyone else heard it, that's all that matters. TK looks so awkward, you think? He looks like a fucking dork. I mean, he sits there in the front like, look at me, I'm a precious Cheshire cat, man. Like, come on, man. What fucking...
This fucking guy.
Anyway, eat shit, Tony. Next, though, let's go back to NXT, shall we? Because we get a match between Asuka and Roxanne Perez. And if you want us to talk, if you want to know what what me and Chris Ambs thought about Dynamite, go check out the Wednesday night skirmish. Well, actually, it was titled Tuesday skirmish on the PWC Network on YouTube and also at the pwcnetwork.podbean.com. But anyway, it was Asuka versus Roxanne Perez next. Decent kind of match. I didn't think these two really gelled that well, but I felt like it also went a little too long. But nevertheless, Asuka wins by pinfall via the thrust kick.
I'm sure glad she did too. I was kind of worried there for a moment. I thought that they'd have Asuka lose this one just to give Roxanne the rub, but she got the rub by the time she got in the match. Like you said, it didn't really gel so well. Like, I've seen better Roxy matches than this one, and I guess they never really faced off against each other either, so that was probably part of it. It was probably, I think Roxy had a little bit of the jitters too, like the excitement of working with probably one of her, inspirations and heroes. Hell, Asuka is one of the best women there's ever been in the ring.
Absolutely, bar none. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. For some reason, I was in and out of this match. I just didn't really care about it per se. I mean, even though I should have, but I don't know, man. There's something off about it, but it doesn't matter because Asuka wins anyway.
Yep.
Post-match, Kiana James gets in the ring to stalk after Roxanne Perez, but Shotzi attacks her and cuts her off. Another one from the main roster appearing. Geez, they really threw the kitchen sink. Next, though, we see footage of Paul Heyman arriving at the arena earlier today. Gallus are backstage, though, getting each other hyped up and shoving each other and so on, as we see Pete Dunne giving Tyler Bate a pep talk about how he needs his big, strong boy, and Ridge Holland then joins them. Which leads us to the matchup between British Strong Style in Pete Butch Dunn and Tyler Bate and Ridge Holland, of course, versus Gallus in Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang in a pub rules match. And Jesus Christ, was this chaotic.
Fucking Gallus. Captain Underpants on the Captain Underpants on the outside, flying around like a bumblebee. Like, what the hell is up with that? Like,
how many Scots are in WWE now too, man? There's a lot of Scottish dudes and women actually.
Gallus is just horrible.
I mean, can't stand Gallus.
They're so boring. I just don't like watching them. I don't even care watching them get beat up or anything like that. Like, even in a barroom brawl, this match was pretty much what you would think of with a typical barroom brawl, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like the trigger. Yeah, like we'll probably get treated to a trick or treat matches. Those are always fun because you get the guy with the pumpkin on the head and things like that. You know,
and a food fight.
Well, even like the Viking Raiders match was way better than this one from Raw. That's for sure. Especially with the surprise ending with Ivar going
short.
over.
It was short though. The match on Raw was very short compared to this.
That's why it was better too. Yeah, this was a throwaway for me.
Yeah, but it was a fun, chaotic type of match. I just can't stand the Coffee fucking boys.
Yeah, I don't care for it. That's why I didn't really. It's like even if they get beat up, I don't really care because I'm not invested into any of them.
Well, British Strong Style end up winning the match, and Ridge Holland, of course, as they win by pinfall with a triple power bomb through a table onto Joe Coffey. And we had a lot of, I mean, they must have been sore after this match. There was a lot of spots on this where I was like, damn. I mean, the fact when Butch got tossed onto the table, but his legs broke the table, not his head or back. And I thought, damn, man, he must be fucking hurting after that. But, I mean, he's a tough, sort of weird-looking dude, right?
They were in a match again on SmackDown, so it couldn't have been that rough. I mean, otherwise, they can just go. Man. They must like that type of shit. Obviously, it's pretty much their persona. But I don't know why they're back on NXT, the Brawling Brutes, and like it's like, now they can just bounce back and forth too, I guess, and.
Yeah, everyone's bouncing, bro. Everyone's bouncing all around. But, look, it was just a fun, chaotic match with no substance, really. But, it is what it is. But next, we get a hype reel for Becky Lynch versus Valkyria. Then Tegan Nox, once again, rolls up at Lyra. God damn it, Tegan. Fuck off already. God damn it.
I know.
Anyway,
she's just everywhere.
She rolls up on Lyra and to demand that she put her title match with Becky Lynch off so she can get a rematch. And Lyra gives her an earful about how she's not going to let anybody get in her way. And I kind of like Lyra too, man. She reminds me of like do you remember Tekken, the video game?
Yes.
Do you remember the character Anna?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
She's like her, bro. Like an assassin, dude. Like an Irish assassin.
Yeah.
Anna, the character, he's Irish as well, funny enough.
Okay, so yeah, that's fitting.
So, there you go.
I like Lyra too. She's really improving well. She hasn't been there so long either.
She's improved big time, bro. Since the last time I seen her, wow.
Yeah, I know she was in NXT UK, so I guess she's got some, some experience from that. But yeah, she hasn't been around too long, but she's been doing really good with what she's been working with.
Definitely, dude. She's something for the future, no doubt about it. And she's hard hitting, bro. She's got a lot of energy. I like her energy, man.
And she's a much better talker than like a Becky Lynch, for being from Foreigner or whatnot. I like her persona a little bit more. It's easier to.
She's Irish also, so.
Right. Yeah, she's easier to understand though. She's got better terminology, I guess.
You think so? I think they sound similar, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, I can understand the Irish accent, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, Gallus, they got such a strong Scottish accent. Yeah, exactly. Shout outs to you, Breno, because he's from Ireland also. We see John Cena walking backstage next to send us to a break. And as we come back from that break, we see Cena making his entrance, and everyone's happy, man. He gets on the mic, he thanks the NXT audience for a warm welcome and says, everybody talks about how NXT is the future, but they can't see but he does the you can't see fucking bullshit. And we're
Yep.
making history tonight. He says gratitude is a core value of his, and thanks everyone for making an environment that main roster stars want to visit. And then we see Carmelo Hayes called. He couldn't say yes fast enough because they have so much in common, and he's proud to be in his corner tonight against Bron Breakker. And then guess what? Bron Breakker makes an appearance. He says it's a big night for NXT, and they didn't come to see Cena. They came here to see him. He keeps talking, but the audio gets chewed up, censoring the audience, chanting bullshit at him. Cena says we all know that Bron is athletically gifted, but his glaring weakness is his attitude. He lacks respect, and John didn't come out here to run him down. But now that he's here, it's a teachable moment. He's excited to see the match, and he's here to respectfully wish Breakker good luck. Cena extends a hand, and Bron punches him in the head, lying in wait. Cena then sidesteps the spear, fireman's carry, but Breakker gets away, and then we go to another break. What do you think of the segment, Chris?
This was pretty decent. It was a good build up for the match. I think it got everybody hyped, and it kind of kept the flow of the show going really well. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good build up.
I like it a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I like it a lot. The way he said it. It's fucking funny, man. I'm already delirious as it is. I've had lack of sleep. I can't wait to go to bed after this. But
yeah, you're looking pretty
shit,
warm
man.
there, buddy.
Oh, man. But we had to pump him out now, man. We had to pump him out. But for you saying that, it deserves one of these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we come back from the commercial break, though. Cody Rhodes runs into the D'Angelo family backstage, interestingly enough. They say they're running into some kind of problem, and Cody says he's the guest general manager, and maybe he has a solution. They say they're looking for new challenges, and Tony outlines a match in a confusing sort of manner. Stacks then sort of says he's pitching a tag team battle royal. One member eliminates the team, and when they're down to two teams, they have a normal tag team match to determine the number one contender. Rhodes seems into it, saying it reminds him of some of his dad's match ideas.
Yeah, it sure does.
I mean,
it's a Dusty classic.
Some truth to that, absolutely. It's the bada boom, bada bing battle royal for next week. I feel like that's a fucking dig at AEW with the bada boom, bada bing, 100%.
Don't they have these type of matches too in AEW, or is that?
That's
Impact?
why I said that.
Yeah,
that's why I said that, dude. It's a fucking
It's gotta be. This is AEW. 100%. I'll give you that. Yep.
Come on, man. They called it the bada bing, bada boom, fucking battle royal. Just like AEW is like, this and that battle royal, and then the heritage, blah blah blah.
Ping
yeah. Yeah, the ping pong ping fucking battle royal. It's a fucking joke, bro.
Right.
But anyway, next we see Baron Corbin, though, who's interviewed backstage. He accuses Ilya Dragunov of padding his record to seem more important, and says his phony intensity doesn't fool him. He's ducking him, and he continues ranting and raving until he's interrupted by LA Knight. His music hits. And that takes us to the next matchup between Dominic Mysterio and Ilya Dragunov for your NXT Championship. Dragunov, your champion. LA Knight is your special guest referee. The crowd kept yelling the whole way through. They were just like, yeah, all the way. I mean, it was funny, man. He's pointing to the crowd, during the match. You know what I took watching LA Knight be the ref here, Chris?
What's that?
He's a better ref than AEW referees.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You know
especially
why?
Aubrey Edwards, man. Holy shit.
Dude, he knew where to stand, to be away from the camera or when to be in shot. You know what I mean? He just understood where to stand and shit. Whereas these AEW fucking idiots that call themselves referees really don't know where to fucking be.
No, they have no fucking clue. Yeah, LA Knight did a great job. This match was the best of the night. Even though we didn't get through the whole card, but I would definitely say this was a fun match. This was really fun to watch. Ilya he's just, I don't know, man, he can do no wrong. Dominic can do no wrong. They surprisingly matched up really well. Dominic's really holding his own. I mean, he took a whopping too. So
I called that too, bro. I was the only one that used to stick up for Dominic. Everyone was calling me an idiot. Well, guess who's the idiot now, boys?
Right?
Just saying.
Kid's
I was so happy to rub that in. He's killing it, bro.
Fuck yeah, he is.
Labrat says, how much coke did TK do this night? A lot, bro. 100%.
What do you think his birthday cake was made of? It's like, I'll be seeing you in the back.
Yeah, well, you know what we call someone like him?
Dummy. Yeah.
Dummy.
Yeah. I wish he would do that.
Can I show you something? Did you see on the Smack Attack what I showed? Or I don't know, but you got to check this out.
Oh yeah, with high school. Where he's in high school.
Bro, I got to play that one more time because that shit is fucking golden, man. I fucking love it, bro.
All right.
It's that good to me. But my computer's kind of frozen. Yeah, dummy.
Yeah, no.
There we go.
Yeah.
No. There we go. Check this out, peeps, if you haven't seen it already while it's loading up. Oh, whoops.
Well,
can you see it? Add to stage.
Let me talk to you. I have to finish the story.
Shut up, I'm talking. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Don't worry about what I'm doing here. You go ahead and take a walk in cell. Ain't nobody trying to hear your prepubescent voice.
Dummy. Yeah.
You blew it.
Dummy. Yeah.
You choked.
Dummy. Yeah.
I think you lost it.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just me. Oh, okay. Day one, it's just me. Oh, day one, it's just me. Oh, okay. Day one, it's just a lot of
Oh man, it's too good. That is fucking too good, man.
That's great.
Oh man, that part I love the most with the dodgeball. You know what? There's more to that series. There's also Roman Reigns, right? The Roman Reigns story part. Then there's also the Usos, you know, who are big characters, man. It's fucking funny. And that brat, the Crab Cat, says, yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, I might play the fucking Roman Reigns one at the end of the show, but fucking hell, man, it's fucking funny that as well, dude. Whoever done that shit is a fucking genius.
Right? That's hilarious.
Genius. Absolute genius. Anyway, did I mention Ilya Dragunov wins by pinfall with the torpedo? What is he? The Moscow?
I can't pronounce it. Yeah, I'm not really into his finisher either. I just know that as soon as he hits it, it's over.
It's
I haven't
over.
seen anybody get up from it yet.
He retains his NXT championship, but after the matchup, we see Baron Corbin coming down to confront Dragunov. But he gets beaten to the punch by Donovan Dickhead Dijak, who lays the champion out and tells Corbin to his face that he's got Ilya first. Why is Donovan Dijak still in WWE?
This guy, I don't know, man. He's okay, but like I don't like watching him. And he already had a match with Dragunov, so why do I care about this in any way, shape, or form? It's like I'd rather see Baron Corbin try to swab his poop deck, but no, that ain't gonna hit. It's probably gonna be a triple threat now. It's and Ilya will probably come out. I don't know, unless they're gonna.
He will.
Yeah, I hope so.
Guaranteed, bro.
I don't think he's gonna drop the title so soon. He just got it, right? I mean,
come on, he's a fucking nutcase,
right? Unless they're gonna
fast track him in wrestling now.
Unless they're gonna fast track him to the main roster and have it drop it to Corbin and some schmaz or something. I don't know.
He's just too small, man. I love Dragunov, but damn it, his size.
Yeah, it throws it off for him. But
big time.
Yeah, and they're proving that with JD McDonough had, just tossing him around like a rag doll. I don't know if they're gonna do much different.
Man, I hope they don't do that to fucking Dragunov, man.
Right, that'd be horrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he would fit in on the main roster, but I hope he, stays champion in NXT for a good while. At the least, there's plenty of good matches he could have yet. Not Dijakovic, though. Not with Dijak.
Fuck him, bro.
Yeah.
He's just look at him. He looks like he's got a body like $1
Yeah,
million.
he's just goofy looking. He doesn't look
a goof,
like,
bro.
He's not aesthetically pleasing. Let's put it that way.
I feel like, oh man, he's just a goof. Anyway, next we see Carmelo Hayes. He's chatting backstage with John Cena, as Santana Morella likes to call him. He thanks him for his advice and says he's going to bring it against Bron Breakker tonight. And then we see Trick Williams rolling up and introduces himself. Hayes then apologizes for last week, but Trick says not to worry about it. We've seen it here. John acts surprised that he can see him before giving them both a little pep talk about how they'll be champions once again. Hayes then says he's going to win tonight and then get his title back and then get Trick's title back. Trick then stares into the distance and John asks if he's okay. Trick says he's fine, but he asks when Cena knew it was his time, and John takes him off to talk somewhere else. What they were chit-chatting about, eh?
And the plot thickens.
The plot thickens, yeah.
Lots of that tonight.
Tell me about it. Well, next we get NXT anonymous footage of Paul Heyman chatting with Ava Raine backstage, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
That was very chompers and all, bro.
Little nugget there. We got little nugget pulling up from the top. She's got it. She's pulling around the corner. Oh, there's Paul Heyman. Now they're going to talk and see what's going to happen next.
Yeah. And they're going around the corner.
Yep.
Then we see Ava Raine trotting up around the wheel. I don't even know.
She joined the
fucking horse commentator.
We're yet to be seen.
Well, as we're talking about horses and Ava Raine, we see a mystery car rolling up, and guess who it is? Jade Cargill gets out. She shakes the heartbreak man, not kid, Shawn Michaels, and he welcomes her to NXT. Again, this is just all hype for, where's she debuting? I don't think she's debuting in NXT. I just don't see it.
It was a great little tidbit for him to put her on there, though, with the, AEW war thing going on. That was great just to have her even.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yep, just to give her a glimpse and be like, yep, look what we got, motherfuckers. You might have Adam Copeland, but we got your superstar.
Yeah, Adam Copeland. God. Anyway, I love Edge, but anyway, I'm not even going to go there.
No.
I've already said my piece about that, but we do see Lola Vice making an entrance as we go to a break. But when we come back from commercials, though, we see Baron Corbin rolling up to Cody Rhodes to ask him to make the match between himself and Ilya Dragunov. And he's willing to let bygones be bygones between them for it. Cody then says Donovan Dijak made a good case too. And he says he thinks the winner of Mallow versus Braun has also a good case. He books a triple threat number one contenders match for next week. And there we go. There's your triple threat match.
Yep.
Next, we see Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley are walking with a bag of ice on his chin, complaining he gets no respect. And I guess everyone's crying foul in this show right now. And then we see Nathan Fraser gets in the face and have a little back and forth. And then we move on to the next match. Anything to say about this little segment?
Nah, I mean, it's nice to know that Nathan Fraser is going to be the next one to fall to Dominic's mighty power. No, it should be an okay match, but that Fraser guy is kind of bland too. I don't really care for him.
Oh, well, Seth Rollins fucking trained him, man. So I knew that.
Like I said, it should be an okay match, I guess. Dominic's been working with a lot of veterans lately, aside from his match with Ilya that just happened. So that was, it's good experience. Man, Dominic's making the rounds. I'm telling you, man, he's coming up in the world.
He definitely is coming up, and he's earned it, bro. He's earned it. Look, he's up a mid card at this point. Think
Absolutely.
About that. Yep. I mean, he's literally nailed down his spot, bro, and he's above a lot of the fucking roster.
He's growing into himself too, which is great. And he's got
man.
super thick skin, man. You got to be for a kid like that, you know.
He's a natural, man. I love when he goes off in Spanish, how he's telling everyone to shut up. He's like, cállate,
Right?
cállate, to the crowd. It makes me laugh, man.
No, it works.
But,
he works, man. He's working it.
He's definitely working it. But we move on, though, Chris, to the next matchup because it is your NXT Women's Breakout Tournament first round match between Danny, Mrs. Palmer. See what I did there? Versus Lola Vice. This was kind of I guess a squash match with Lola Vice winning by pinfall via the crescent kick.
If I'm not mistaken, Danny Palmer was in last year's breakout tournament, or one of these gals, probably. At least 2 or 3 of them are, and a lot of them have been around for quite a while, so I don't know why they're breaking out per se. All the girls in this tournament kind of look the same and kind of wrestle the same.
They're
from
generic,
what I've seen.
bro.
Yeah, copy paste again, you know.
I mean, that's why there's not much for me to say. I don't rate really any of these women, man, right now.
Right. Well, and this was another kind of match, and same with the Gallus match. See, they didn't really counteract AEW's programming with the matches. It was just the star power, and I think that's all they had to do was flex their star power, and they beat them in the ratings. Because aside from the Ilya Dragunov match, the rest of them were just kind of like exhibitions, really, nothing really special.
Yeah, this match was a bit of a lull period for me for NXT, bro, but
yeah,
it is what it is. They have to have their breakout tournament matchup, whatever.
Yep.
I'm just hoping Santino's daughter in Ariana Grace kind of wins it, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll definitely see, but not that I give a shit. But she's real talent.
And what would she do on any main roster, big feud program? I can't think of any. I can't think of anyone.
The problem with her, if you put her on the main roster, she's gonna get eaten alive, man.
Right. I could say the same with almost anyone from this tournament too. Like we had Roxanne Perez break out last year. That was a good pick. Shit.
Well, technically, they're all rookies, man. You know what I mean? Or they're sophomore years.
Yeah, true.
But
we'll see.
I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't either.
About it. But next we get a Chase University vignette.
Yes, we do.
As Thena Hale shows up late and says she'd only come back if JC Jane got to join her. And Andre Chase allows it as he gives a history lesson about Halloween Havoc. They're disruptive and soon the whole class is chatting and looking at their phones. Andre takes it out on some dude and smashes his phone. JC then laughs about it. Yeah. And when confronted, says she's surprised he wasn't just happy about the news, which is that Chase and Duke Hudson are in the Battle Royal next week. Cool, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Chase U for what it was, but I don't like the whole Thea and JC James being the succubus, trying to suck all the charisma out of Thea Hale, really. That's kind of what, it's just like sucking all the charisma out of her. Because JC Jane's got absolute zero, and Thea Hale's a spitfire ball of fire, and
hey, she's just kind of too, bro. So I've got to,
I know, but the way they're kind of transitioning her to a different character, I'm not really into it anymore. But I like Andre Chase. I think he's fucking hilarious. I like when he snaps that too. What the fuck?
Yeah. That was funny. He's a weird cat, bro. I remember first seeing him in Evolve. A few years back.
It's like
he's still the same character.
Yeah, you don't really know what to think of it, but it's like it works for him, I guess. I don't really care for the rest of Chase U,
but would it work on the main roster though?
No, not even close. Especially because he's like in the college level, like I don't know. And then you got, Otis and Chad Gable already doing that kind of thing. Unless he joins their club, it's like it just. I don't know. I don't understand the fraternity within the fraternity type of thing either.
Yeah, true. Labyrinth
Thomas doing way more. He's defended his title way more too.
Zane says bet on Lola Vice.
Yeah, she's got a good chance.
Medium 5 says this was in the works from months back with Thea trying to break away. Chase will try and get Thea back in his ranks though.
Yeah.
We shall see. Next, we see Bron Breakker working out backstage when Paul Heyman then rolls up to chat. He says wisdom comes with experience, and he worked with his father and his uncle, and he's got the best of both of them, including the woof woof. I mean, come on. I
And the
added that in
costume to
just
go
quietly.
with it. He's a furry.
Yeah, he's a furry, man. He's a furry for sure. He's got his uncle's screechy voice too.
Yeah.
Heyman goes on to say he's the wise man because he can see the future, and Bron Breakker is definitely the future, and he's also in the main event of WrestleMania, and the only thing standing in his way is Carmelo Hayes. Bron says he doesn't care if it's Melo, Cena, or whoever. He's gonna break them all. Isn't it? I break you. Rocky IV. Heyman then calls Roman Reigns, ironically, and then we see Cena and Melo making their entrance, and we go to a break. As we come back from the break, though, we get another channel-changing vignette, and it settles on a Brian Pillman video package, as we get a Brian Pillman Jr. voiceover about how everybody talks to him about his dad. If only Christian saw this, even though he already gave him shit about it. He says he tried to do anything but follow in his father's footsteps, but now he has no choice but to embrace it and inflict pain on this very business that has hurt him so much, and he takes the name off the man who raised him, King. Interesting. And weird at the same time, though, I'm not going to lie. I mean, do you like the fact that Brian Pillman Jr. is taking a different name?
I actually kind of loved this and everything about it, aside until they showed his face and the drawn on Hulk Hogan beard. That was what killed it for me. But the rest of it, I actually really, really liked, and I want him to. I kind of wanted him to break away from his dad in a sense, but this is a way to do it without. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see how he tells the story going on, but I kind of do like it because it's bringing out a little bit of that like loose cannon-ish from him. I like the look too, where he got rid of the mullet, but he still got the crazy hair and the beard. Right. The drawn on Hogan beard I can do without. He can drop that at any moment, but I kind of like the look. I like that he's got an attitude and a chip on his shoulder, and he's not just being the happy-go-lucky guy that he was in AEW. It's a kind of turnaround from what he was presented in there. So
for me, I need to see more for him to turn me again, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Because the thing is, I loved him in MLW, right? Back like years ago. Once he went to AEW, they destroyed him, and it made everybody go sour on him. But Labrat says, who's the creepy old man hanging in the locker room? That'll be Paul or AEW Don. That's a good one, Labrat. You tell us who you think is more creepy. I mean, that's a tough one, bro. Medium 5 says this was good with Pillman, but bad fucking hair dye job, bro.
Yeah, the dye job was the drawn on line. No, that was horrible.
The mullet, man. He's got to get rid of the mullet at this point. Zane Vicious says almost cried because I've supported him since day one. Aww.
I do like Zane. It. I think I don't know. I'm interested to see what he does. I think he can have a good.
I'm interested to see. I just want him to redeem himself, and can he back it up on television? I mean, this is just a vignette. I mean, we don't even know how many takes it took for him to actually cut that promo. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, so let's see. Time will tell. I'm interested in. I'm interested. I want to see more.
For sure, definitely, I agree, man. Next we move to Kiana James is backstage chatting with Asuka and thanks her for leaving just enough of Roxanne for her to finish. Then we see Blair Davenport walking up and chats with Asuka in Japanese for a moment, which surprised me, but shouldn't surprise me because she made her name in Japan. I'm talking about Blair Davenport. Yep. Right. And then we see Fallon Henley rolling up to try and shake her hand, but Tiffany Stratton cuts the line and introduces herself and says to come ask if she needs anything. Henley asks if Daddy taught her manners, and Tiffany says he taught her to treat people like Fallon differently. That's funny. Oh, man. And then we see Paul Heyman making his entrance and does his usual shtick before introducing Bron Breakker. Like he says, Brock.
Yep.
Lesnar. And that
It had
leads
to
us to
get
the
fit.
main event.
It had to fit. This is the fit. When Braun first came out, there was talk of him being a Heyman guy and this and that, and I can see it. This was the seed planted.
Just call him Bronson fucking Steiner for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, the
I
Braun
don't
Breaker.
understand.
Yeah,
That name, what is a Braun Breaker, bro?
with
Like,
two
what does that even
Ks.
mean? Yeah, with 2 Ks also.
It's
In Breaker, that is. That's not even how you spell Breaker.
no, not at all. Not even
What the
close.
fuck? Is he a LeBron Breaker? Like LeBron James? What is he? Like, I know it's Bronson, right? I get it. Bron for Bronson, right?
Yeah.
But why Breaker, man? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's so lame. It's like it's really childish.
It's
It's like a
stupid,
kid name.
man.
Yeah, it's a Tony Khan name.
It's definitely a fucking Tony Khan name. But this match, in a way, I was surprised because Mello wins by pinfall with a nothing but net.
That was
finisher.
a surprise. And it was
I
a
mean-
clean finish too. And Braun's been on this huge losing streak, which I don't understand, especially with what you're about to get into here next. It's like I don't understand the story. And then to have Paul give him the rub, it's like, well, I guess if you're, in hindsight, if you're being called up, you lose. You're on the bottom end of it before they call you up. And if that was I don't know. It doesn't have him coming up strong though, because he had a lot of main roster people tuning into the show and proved positive with the ratings.
We do see Solo Sikoa also, jumping into this match, and there's a lot of fuckery going on, but nevertheless, yeah, like I was saying, Mello wins with a nothing but net. Solo was in the match. Cena, it was just chaos in a sense. It was a fun little match. But it took a bit too long for my liking too, for me anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but
yeah, this match, I don't think it did a lot for me either. I was just like kind of I was kind of expecting more with all the matches through the night. Like I said, the Ilya Dom one, that was the match of the night. The rest of them were just filler, and this kind of felt like that too. And with with the run-ins and this and that, it was overbooked in a sense.
way overbooked, right?
Yeah.
No, it was.
The whole
definitely.
towards the end of this whole show just felt overbooked, and let's fit it all in, But you gotta take your time, obviously, with the next spot that you're about to give away here soon. So.
Well, yeah. Speaking of overbooked, because post match, Bron cuts Hayes down with a spear as Breaker gets on the mic and says, "Win or lose, there's only one badass in WWE," and then you hear the gong. The lights go down and come back up as The Undertaker is here in American Badass form. I love the song too, just quietly. He gets in the ring and goes face to face with Bron Breakker, grabs the mic and tells Taker to listen to him and calls him an old timer and repeats his claim that he's the only badass around here. Undertaker then grabs the mic and says he's been watching and one day Bron will be a very special talent. But that day ain't today, as he drops the mic and lays Breakker out with a one hard right hook, waiting for him to get back up, and then he choke slams and gives Bron some advice. There's always an older, bigger, badder badass waiting around the corner, and he just met the baddest of them all, and that's the show, Chris.
It would have been cool if he ended it with "I just made you famous" or something like that, like he used to say back in the day. But yeah, it was like it was hinted that the Undertaker was kind of going to be there, I guess, but not really. They didn't really say anything, and just kind of like
anything, but all they had to do was play the gong, and you heard that during the
right,
promos.
yeah.
So you knew he was going to appear.
And I don't know, after having what the fuck's his dick? Baron Corbin riding his motorcycle down just that fast lane. It's like now that the Undertaker did it, it was like, well, okay, so we just saw
Undertaker's
this.
the OG, bro. He's
we just saw
OG in WWE.
Yeah, playing off the badass thing that Braun Breaker has on his trunks now. So he's taking up the badass moniker. What's he gonna do next? Lay out the Undertaker somehow, some way, and make a name for himself. Where are they going with Braun? I don't understand what that was all about, and it just kind of left you with like, oh, okay, cool.
I don't know, man, but I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like he's overdue for the main roster at this point, Chris.
Yeah, and I think these were some of like I was saying, like so it's gonna go like usually you go out with your back down, looking up, and now he's before they call you up. So maybe that's the way they're transitioning him. And it's not coming up strong though. I'll tell you that much, because, like I said, you got a lot of main roster Raw and SmackDown. I was looking at NXT show this last Tuesday, and he just kind of got his ass handed to him. He lost fair, and then the Undertaker just swipes him away. Now that's about it. It's like, well, now what? So to bring him back to do anything, he's gonna have to really make a mark with the next movie he makes. Otherwise, it's done. Braun Breaker's dead on arrival.
Nah,
Pun intended.
Yeah, on arrival. Well, look, man, I think you're thinking way too much into that. I don't think he's done on arrival, but we'll see. But anyway, if you had to give this a score, dude, what would it be?
I'll give it a B, and it's going minus because of Gallus. That's an automatic minus for me, no matter what show they're on.
I agree. I'll say a B minus just for the spectacle of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it kept me popped. I popped for LA Knight, even though it was like I was alluding to. I'm not really buying him as a face yet. I like the heel one better, but we'll get there. He's working with it. He's working with me. I did feel the energy in the building through the TV, at least. Let's put it that way. The Cena got me a little bit. That was cool. I liked the Ilya Dragunov and Dominic. That stole the whole night. That was my favorite bit of the whole night. Brian Pillman was interesting. I like to see where they're going with the character. But yeah, B minus.
I agree with you. B minus for me too, man. And but in saying that, Chris, we've done 2 hours and 30 minutes. This is probably one of the longest shows that I've actually done.
Right.
So
Yeah.
In saying that, man, and I'm dead tired at this point, so I'm looking forward to the bed. But tell them where they can find you, bro.
All right. Usually I'm on the X, CPW 666. Otherwise, I'm trolling the news feeds here at the Hami Network, PWC, HMG, and God damn it, I'm messing that whole bit up. You gotta do it for me. Steal it for me, dude. ChannelAttitude.com.
Yeah.
Join the Hami Army. There we go. It's
There you
late.
go. Don't worry, bro. I'll fix that one up for you even better. But yeah, if you want to follow me on the X, you can at DJ Mass Effects and also at the PWC Network. Like and subscribe right here at the PWC Network.podbean.com, where you can find all our shows. Also, channelattitude.com, where for $5, not only do you get the realest talk in pro wrestling, but also the best talk in all of wrestling, and HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com for all our affiliate shows. And last but not least, thank you to everyone in the chat. You guys are always great. And before I do say bye, Zane says, I have a vision. Braun Steiner will attack Sean Ricker after his match with Roman. Sean Ricker? Interesting. We'll see.
We shall.
Zane, the visionary. We're going to start calling Zane the visionary now. The visionary vicious. VV, bro.
There you go. Hell
But
yeah.
thank you to everyone in the chat. All my crab cats. Looking at you, lab rat. Gonna do the crab cats. Yeah. Medium 5. Breno from all the way from Ireland.
Aaron Ben
We also
Shlomo.
had Aaron Ben Shlomo all the way from
Best to you,
Israel.
buddy. Hang in there. Stay tough.
Absolutely, hang in there, my man, and stay safe as well as everybody. Stay safe no matter where you are, man. And I think that's a wrap, Chris.
All right, buddy.
So in saying that, I am Jimmy T.
I
That
am
is,
Chris Winland.
and you've been listening and watching the PWC Machismo Conflict 2-for-1 special right here on the PWC Network, and we're out, skis. Peace.
Join the Hami Army.
Yalla.
Single shot 410, now my semi-extend. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. You remember me then, now I'm creme de la creme. Single shot 410, now my semi-extends. Yeah, winter time slow, but summer's kicking. Stack or stars on, max stacking. We were in hell, no sign of the chaplain. Some working on a but most of us trapping. The love still the same, all down for the action. More money, less problems, that's my intention. He tried to diss and got sat like an intervention. You have to call so you can walk, but I was always stepping. All of mine go to work, no one that sells. So we put our trust in the scale. Send out a text with sales, they rated bro, no stress. Put whatever for bail. Shots fired, we don't pretend end, do more damage than how. We're really good on either end, get done here or in jail. I do a lot for my brothers when it comes to it. Won't get no reply, we let them guns do it. Can't take it straight at the kid, I still run through it. You either got it or you don't, yeah, there's nothing to it. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. You remember me then, now I'm creme de la creme. Single shot 410, now my semi extends, yeah. Winter time slow, but summer's kicking. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. You remember me then, now I'm creme de la creme. Single shot 410, now my semi extends, yeah. Winter time slow, but summer's kicking. The industry's full of fakes, I'm just here for my pay. We're not them industry fakes, get shot where you stay. Why you trying to bring a play like there's a role that you played? We made pigs bring tape when we headed that way. Still with the same brothers, whole gang gunners. Yeah, we share the same struggle, just different mothers. Fear the man above us, we don't fear them others. Yeah, we slide with less, this trap makes the numbers. And I'm doing numbers like the trap telephone. On the road, not heading home, I paid my way on my own. Tell these labels come correct, I need a meal, nothing less. We is real, we get 6-7 to the death. Got a gang full of hitters, bro never misses. You ain't built like that, someone tell his missus. Not in my division, we banging to the system. Yeah, we've been breaking bread since our first mission. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. You remember me then, now I'm creme de la creme. Single shot 410, now my semi extends, yeah. Winter time slow, but summer's kicking. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. You remember me then, now I'm creme de la creme. Single shot 410, now my semi extends, yeah. Winter time slow, but summer's kicking. Make money, not friends, with the same until the end. Single shot 410, now my semi extends.
The PWC Network. What the world is watching and listening to.